Welcome to the first episode of the We Used to Be Friends show on the Marshy's Corner podcast. This is going to be a bit of fun. And this is the start of where I'm wanting to send my podcast. So the goal for my podcast is consistency. And basically, I really enjoy having guests on, but it's hard to just stay consistent with guests because you got to line it up. And anyway, so what I'm starting to do is I'm trying to start some regular shows. I have 3 regular shows I want to start. And I've thought pretty hard about what they look like. This is one of them. And this one's quite different to everything else. What this is it's basically just me and 3 of my really good mates that, have a group chat on Facebook together. And we think, hey, maybe we can do a podcast together. As I would say, probably 95% of podcasts are. But basically staying on brand to my podcast, which is majority sport. There is going to be a side of sport to it, but we're going to move into other directions as well. So basically what it is it's going to be a tiny little catch up at the start. And then we're going to move into sports stories. And we're going to stick to like stories. So we're not here to break down sports, things like that. Just a bunch of guys trying to analyze sports that maybe shouldn't be analyzing sports. Maybe they should, who knows? But no, we're just going to talk sports stories, specifically fun ones, hopefully, especially in Australian sport. I mean, there's always fun stories in sports. So we're just going to talk about those and have our own little chat about them. And then we're going to move into something current, something that's happening in just whatever it is, something that we're interested in that we would enjoy talking about. So for this first episode, we are talking about House of the Dragon, the new Game of Thrones TV show. We're all Game of Thrones fans. And yeah, so, you like sport, you like TV shows and things like that. Like, this is probably the direction we're going to go. But yeah, we're just going to have fun with it. So we're talking House of the Dragon today. We're talking some sports. There's going to be a list. I'll put it into the bio of like what exactly we talk about, and even I'll put the times in there as well, so you can, if you're not interested in some stuff, you can skip ahead, go back, whatever it is. But yeah, that's basically what this is. So this is the first episode of a show that is going to be regular. We're figuring out how regular that's going to be, but that's what I want. I want consistency. I want people to know, okay, cool. When I come to the Marshy's Corner podcast, I can listen to this show, that show. And there's guests in and around all of that. So, yeah, this was a bit of fun. We're going to get better at this, but I thought it was okay. And yeah, hope you enjoy.
All right. We're on. You can leave the TV show on, Jackson. We'll be waiting for Tim.
Yeah. No.
Actually.
That's what I said. Tim would be a part of this.
Oh, we've got him.
Let me pause this.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
I've been here for 35 minutes. I got as quickly as I could.
Tim's legitimately 2 hours late.
I'm not 2 hours late.
You are 2 hours
you're
late.
really late.
No, because we weren't going to start until
5:30.
You said 5:30, but then he wouldn't get there until like 6 or 7 or something.
The word 7 was never said.
Or 6:30, I don't know.
It's been 6:30 between Isaac and I. It's been 6:30 for a few hours.
Welcome to the first episode of We Used to Be Friends. So this is basically just something we're going to do as a bit of fun. As you grow up, as you become an adult, you realize that you don't really get to see your friends anymore. Like sometimes one friend, Tim, he's going to decides he wants to live in Canberra. Another friend, Jackson, he lives in Brisbane, but he is never actually in Brisbane. And then Max,
I see you weekly.
He's more of a
Max is busy.
He's more of a Melbourne Sydney boy.
Max is too busy to hang out with us.
Max is way too busy to hang out with us these days.
I see Isaac at least 2 times a week.
That's kind of low. Actually.
That's actually pretty low.
At least. That's at least.
Anyway, but Max is pretty busy these days. But hey, the structure for today is good. I guess let's do a backstory. So that we used to be friends. The way we got that name is just that's the group chat, our messenger group chat on Facebook. And yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. There's a lot of things we could do. I don't remember how that name came about.
Well, it used to be No Man Left Behind.
Yeah, I know. And
because of Tim's brother-in-law.
that's right. And then we moved to
Because you guys ditched me.
Well, he's brought up the No Man Left Behind.
Oh, is that what that's from? The
was
wedding?
Because at Evan and Helly's wedding, we all thought Tim had gone home early because that's a Tim thing to do, leave without saying goodbye. So we went out into the valley thinking he'd already gone home, and we later found out he was throwing up in the toilet, and his brother-in-law came and picked him up, and he said like, "What happened to No Man Left Behind?" Yada yada. We didn't
I
know.
didn't actually realize that was why we named the chat that.
Yeah.
Well, Tim wasn't the only person that was left behind that night.
Yeah, Isaac left me behind too. He waved as the Uber drove off too. I was like, "Oh, wait for me 1 sec. I just got to go back inside and grab all my camera gear and make sure I didn't leave anything behind." And then I go and look, and then I was like, "Oh, just 1 sec. I would be like a minute, maybe like 2 minutes max." I go in, there's nothing there. I'm like, "Quick, I'll leave." And then I come out and they're already in the Uber and it's driving away. And Isaac just waves as the Uber.
I got my head out the
off.
window. See you, Jackson.
I was like, all right then.
Shout out to Evan and Haley though. That's one of the better weddings. It was a good time. But yeah, so now the group chat is we used to be friends, and I think that came from just the fact that I don't know, just don't see each other anymore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the backstory that we used to be friends.
Was it named that before
when
Tim
did
moved to
that?
Canberra?
Yeah, it's been we used to be friends for a while.
It might have been
Yeah.
because Tim moved to Canberra, I think.
Maybe that was
And
it.
then
I don't know. Doesn't Tim always change the names of stuff in that chat?
yeah,
I don't
Tim's
have any
a
authority to
serial
change
name
names,
changer
so-
in the chat.
We have discussed the fact that Tim has
But
too much
I am
power.
the only admin in the chat.
Oh, we
no,
need
no, leave it.
we need to
Um,
change that.
Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, so yeah, we've got this group chat. We used to be friends. Tim moved to Canberra. Jackson doesn't live in Brisbane, and Max is busy these days. And
You're busy
me,
these days.
I'm just left on my own.
He's not busy. He's as free as he's ever been.
And then yeah,
Free
so
man.
where's
Well,
Tim gone?
You should.
Your
Where's your
camera's turned
picture,
off.
bro? Where's your picture gone?
We probably don't need him anyway.
Sorry, man. No,
Um,
it's back. It's back. Come on.
What does your
and-
shirt say?
that's his hot chick shirt.
Yeah, all right, continue.
No, it's Hotch Kiss. It's Hotch Kiss.
Oh, my,
Palestine, bro.
my bad.
The common mistake. Don't worry.
Tim missed the memo that we're wearing navy blue sweaters.
Yeah. You're the only one that's not wearing a navy blue sweater right now.
Anyway, so we got this group chat. The picture for the group chat is Jeff, our mate Jeff. Max is dead. Max is dead.
Big dog, Jeff.
And so we've decided that, we don't get to catch up super often. So we're just gonna hang out, put some microphones in front of us. Tim hasn't bought a mic yet. He said he would. And yeah, we're just gonna chat. We're gonna chat. Basically, the structure for it each week will be we'll go, hey, what's been happening real quick. Then we'll move into a bit of just general sports, then just something that's current, some current content, and finishing off. At the moment, we've only got one segment. It's gonna be rankings. We do this thing where we kind of always rank each other, like who would you rather for this, who would you least want for this. We're gonna do that at the end. I got a little topic that we can do, but let's start with how's everyone going? What's anything new? What's going on?
Wait, can we just turn the heater off? I'm getting quite hot. Please.
Yeah,
I know Isaac wants it off.
Tim. As soon as we walked in, Jackson's got the heater just
Blasting.
pumping.
Thank you, Jackson.
It's because Brisbane's cold.
And you know what? Thank you, Max, for taking your foot out of the screen. She's been there for. I was wondering if it was going to stay there the whole time. Anyway, what's been going on, Tim? What's happening? How's Canberra?
Did you
Is he
mute-
eating? Did you
mute
mute it?
yourself?
Sorry,
Bro,
I was eating. I was eating.
He's
That-
back
I muted you guys.
this guy's 2 hours late.
eating twisties. Back
Eating-
to the
I was
twisties.
eating. No. I was eating my Earl Grey biscuit.
What? You know who eats Earl Grey biscuits? Men that work, not working men.
That's fair.
That's true.
I have been told by Tim's missus that he's actually been working pretty hard lately.
I work hard all the time.
So you've been pretty busy with work?
I have been, man.
Yeah.
I would bet that I worked more than all three of you.
That's not correct.
This week.
This week?
That's probably
Oh,
true.
no,
I was sick this week. I didn't go to work.
This week has been a quiet week. I will give you that. This week you work the most.
There you go. There you go.
Anyway, anything new?
Yeah,
Anything new you want
going-
to tell us, or are we moving on from you, Tim?
Anything new for me? Now looking forward to the rugby league game tonight, though.
We're gonna
About the
we'll
only new
move,
thing for me.
cut it there. We're gonna move to sports soon. What about you, Jackson? Anything new?
It's just good to be home and not traveling around as much, but that changed next week, I think, or the week after. It's back to traveling again, which is good. I like
Where's your
traveling.
first trip to?
Where I'm going to, I forgot what it's called, but it's near Mount Isa. So it's a bit of a flight and a drive.
As a seasoned Australian traveler, what would
A
you?
seasoned Australian.
A seasoned Aussie traveler, where would you say, like, if someone was to go, I want to go venture out into Australia, sell me one place that I should go.
Venture out into Australia. I don't know.
Leave Brisbane. I'm leaving Brisbane. Where should I go? Tell me where I'm going.
I don't know. It's hard to. It depends what you want to do. Like,
Anything you sell me.
well, like the things that I like. I know you wouldn't like. You don't like camping, but I like camping. I'm not gonna send you somewhere where you would have to go camping on.
Where would you send me camping?
Well, if you wanted to go out like west, there's some cool places out there, but you might not like it because you'd be camping, in nature, stuff that you guys don't appreciate.
I can be in nature. If I've got a toilet and a bathroom, I'm good.
Sometimes it's good just not have those things around.
I disagree. All right. What about you, Max? Anything new?
No, just living life, working, stuff like that.
How's your neck?
Huh?
How's your neck?
It's quite sore. Got to see. I've had some back and neck issues. A bit stiff these days.
So you don't have anything to tell us?
No.
Fair enough. We'll come back to that. For me, I've just been sick. Hey,
You're always sick.
I know. Ever since COVID, I have not been well. Jackson Ram just got back to me finally. I just haven't been well. I haven't been able to get well. Sick this week. Tried to push it out on Tuesday, went to work, and then Wednesday went downhill. But yeah, besides that, not a lot. I mean, me and Jackson got a weird random job offer.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the most random thing ever.
I didn't know that's what was happening.
Yeah.
When you told me.
Yeah, I didn't really when was it? It was on Saturday.
We
Oh no, it was a while ago. It was a few weeks ago. We went to and then I probably shouldn't say. Anyway, we ran into someone. And our friend was like, "Oh, I'm looking for a videographer." And then I suggested you. And now all of a sudden we went and had a meeting, and now we're filming for
what?
We're filming for a cafe.
The cafe you just said.
No, not necessarily. But we got a job. We're filming.
How are you filming?
No, well,
Jackson films. You don't film.
Well, I'm part of it now.
What are you
But
gonna do?
we went and he had this idea. He was kind of saying, "Oh, I want this kind of stuff," and then it ended up being a business meeting, and we
it was
talked him into changing everything that he wanted. Yeah,
it wasn't changing.
No, not changing, but we just added to and
Wait, do Tim and I know this person?
not super well.
But we know this person.
Yeah.
But you don't want to say
Anyway.
the name.
Well, no, I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, for
Confidentiality. But yeah, we got a job. Jackson and I, we're now a videography team.
Sure.
What exactly? What are you going to be doing though?
Hey.
Helping out with some of the
What are you
marketing.
going to be doing?
What was the
Just
marketing?
holding the bag?
Oh, me specifically? What am I going to be doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some
Yeah.
experience behind the lens, and I was pretty vocal in terms of I think I was pretty vocal in direction and stuff.
Yeah, but what are you going to do?
How do you think
Direction.
actually, Jackson, how do you think we went in our first meeting with a company?
I honestly
Being completely unprepared.
you didn't tell me anything.
I didn't know anything. We just
Yeah.
went and sat down and it became a thing.
Which
And
was
then I think
fine.
and I think we're hired.
Yeah,
Tim,
well,
we've lost your camera again, man.
I think we did. Yeah, it was. It
Dude,
was.
my camera's fine.
I thought we did well. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do current events. I know how much you guys want to talk footy. So I guess tonight, what's the time right now? Since Tim took forever, the game starts in 10 minutes. So we'll be tuning into that late. But yeah, go Cowboys.
Go the Cowboys.
Specifically tonight.
Go.
Nah, I don't know. I think I'm good with Souths winning tonight.
Yeah, well, you know what? If it means, sometimes you don't have to win them all. You may as well rest some of the players.
You're scared of
Yeah,
the Broncos
yeah.
making the top 8?
I'm not
That's
scared.
what I'm hearing. I'm hearing fear.
If actually, mixed, because I wouldn't mind the Broncos making the top 8 so we can knock them out.
But they'd lose in the first round. They're not even
But
gonna get to
I think it'd be more entertaining if they just didn't make the top 8.
Okay, I want everyone to raise their hand on the count of 3 if you think the Broncos are going to make it into the top 8. Okay? Do you understand, Tim? 3, 2, 1. Oh, no one put their hand up.
No.
None of us thinks.
It's good to see true Broncos supporters
Screwed, man.
not have no faith in their team that they're going
Well,
to.
this is
not
the
on the
issue.
last
This
2
is the
weeks.
issue. It's like not even about having faith in your own team. At this point, like we have to have faith in other things
Yeah.
happening as well. Like our destiny is not in our
Even
own
if we
hands
win
anymore.
next week, we need either the Raiders to lose or the Raiders to get smashed and we smash the Dragons,
Vivian, you can be loud.
or Rabbitohs to lose both games.
Sorry, Max, I missed what you said.
So we need the Rabbitohs to lose both games, or we need Canberra to lose to the Tigers and us to beat the Dragons, and they need to lose badly to the Tigers and we need to like smash the Dragons because their plus minus is a lot stronger than ours after the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, can we? Do you remember? I don't know how many weeks ago. I think it was like a month and a half ago when I said, when I asked you, like, what do you think the odds of the Broncos missing the finals would be? And you just spat in my face.
Yeah.
They've been like that all
Yeah.
season.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You mean like a month ago
And
competing for a top 4 spot? Yeah, I was pretty confident.
yeah.
It's the curse.
Here's the thing, though. I actually just have like a few things that I don't understand.
We all do.
Like
Everyone on Facebook doesn't understand. I know the things you're about to say, like based on every Facebook comment, everyone's saying the same stuff.
yeah, and well, we've obviously watched every game together, and like come like probably like about 30 minutes to go in every game recently, I'd obviously switch off, and I have a few
40
things to
minutes
say.
ago, you were done on Thursday.
Oh, I was done.
You were on the phone
I was-
straight at half.
I was done on Thursday. But like, here's the thing. In a time when, the game is as fast as it's ever been, that lock position is like, you want a ball player, you want someone with quick feet, someone that's not just like a prop, an extra prop on the field. That's all we've played in all these losing
What are you
weeks.
trying to say about Ryan James the last 2 weeks?
I'm saying he's a middle forward.
Yeah, and he's slow and old. And
Yeah,
he was the previous 2 weeks our lock, like to start the game.
Yeah, and even though he's like really just a front row and probably Flegler is probably more the lock position, but even still, it's like 3 big guys in the middle. Defensively, you got to move laterally. You got to be able to like actually stick with teams, and we've chosen to put slow players on the field, and it's like,
And not like give Kobe Hetherington more time.
yeah, like just start Kobe Hetherington.
For some reason, Jake Turpin keeps playing.
Play Tyson Gamble, who hasn't lost a game yet this season.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. And he's played in the middle forwards. He's played in the halves. Like,
Not giving Keenan Palacia more games.
well, Keenan wasn't very good.
Yeah,
on
but like he
weekend,
hasn't
but-
played in a while. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I just don't see any reason why you're playing Ryan James over Keenan Palacia, who Keenan Palacia at the beginning of the year was like in our one of our starting front roles, and he was playing really well.
Yeah, and here's the other thing is like obviously we were already down by like 16 points or something when Reynolds got hurt. But like,
Was it even that much? It was like 5 minutes into the game. I thought that he went off.
no. We were already down by a bit. But instead of having like Walters come in and play in the halves. Imagine if you just had Tyson Gamble.
Yeah.
Like Tyson Gamble would have done such a better job. I don't understand. I don't understand what the Broncos have done.
And
I don't
Corey
understand
Tate's
where
not
our
playing.
season has gone. And yeah, how are you guys feeling about your team?
Good. As I said, they can take a break tonight. They don't have to win tonight if they don't want to.
I don't think I will ever cheer for the Cowboys win harder than what I will be tonight.
You know what? It was funny. I just remember the start of the year when everyone hated that. They're like, everyone just kept coming up to me like, oh, guess what? The Cowboys are going to be the wooden spoon team this year. And I was like,
I said it.
Miracles happen.
everyone said
I
all
think-
year.
I think I distinctly remember. I think I distinctly remember at least 2 people on this couch laughing in my face when I said the Cowboys would make the finals. A lock.
Oh yeah, I absolutely did. I honestly thought you guys were going to be
Locked
so shit.
But I feel like you didn't say that
Okay.
because you have some greater understanding or knowledge. Like
Yeah,
a clock
this
is
thing.
right twice a day, and you've said they'll make top 8 because you're a fan of their team, and like
Yeah.
no one
See?
thought they would come
But I
even
said-
close to
I
where they
said they'd
are.
make top 8. I said
They were consensus
they'd make
for
top 8.
wooden
I said
spoon.
they'd make top 8. I said they'd be better than the Broncos.
So they make top 8 last year as well, and they came what
Better than the
15th or
Broncos would have
something.
been.
Yeah,
the
the
main
sun shines
thing.
on a dog's ass every so often as well. So I don't take it as a Tim
They got
prediction,
injured
but
last-
like
yeah,
you
they
can
got
lap
injured
it
last
up.
year.
That's the thing. I mean, it's great. Like honestly,
you
if I
guys-
was a Cowboys fan, I'd be stoked.
You guys are the biggest team in the entire league. Have the best talent pipeline in the entire league.
Maybe have the best
suck.
facilities as well. Best training
Yeah, and
facilities.
suck.
Wait, I could be wrong, but I think I read the other day that the Melbourne Storm have the most members now.
That's weird because they
I know.
don't.
Broncos consistently get the most.
No, I know,
fans
but
each game.
I read something where Melbourne Storm.
Because the Melbourne Storm games are definitely very empty. Every time I've gone.
Speaking of Melbourne Storm, talk about what you talked about before.
What did I talk about?
The Melbourne Storm, their
their
tingling of the
Their signing bonanza. Just
yeah.
like-
Did you see that, Tim? When they were like the Melbourne Storm were
No.
tweeting like, "Watch out for tomorrow, big
Oh.
news."
they just blue balls
was
Australia
Shaq.
with this fake news about important signings, and they just like signed 5 fringe first grade players.
Yeah,
I didn't. see
Shaq
it.
was the most interesting part of it.
Shaq was there for it.
Yeah, that was literally the most interesting part.
yeah. Surging Storm break NRL membership record. Melbourne Storm set a remarkable record in becoming the first ever NRL club to crack 40,000 members in a single season.
40,000. I definitely have not seen 40,000.
They don't fill out their stadium when you watch the games. That's
What-
interesting.
Yeah, I would say they may
Like even the other night, like
12 to 20.
Would that also count like members, like away members? So like you can be like a
Mm.
Melbourne Storm member in Brisbane, and then you get like certain Melbourne Storm packages, obviously get to go to the Melbourne game.
Oh, when they play up here and stuff.
Because that's still a membership. You can be a Melbourne Storm member
I guess
and
so.
not live in Melbourne.
Like they also have a list of which team gets the biggest home crowds, and Brisbane is by far the most. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to believe that like Melbourne would have more home fan members than like Brisbane.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's not just a home membership. It's just a
Yeah, 'cause
membership in general.
we definitely get more people here than Melbourne.
Yeah. All right. Did you guys want to talk any more about footy?
No, I just want to watch the
Wait,
game.
well, I just need to ask. So when the Broncos don't make the finals, who are you guys going for?
Yeah, who's the
Uh,
next?
Roosters,
Roosters
Cronulla.
won.
Oh,
No, like probably Roosters or Cronulla.
As your next team that you're gonna go?
Well, it's not
for?
the Panthers. They're not the Cowboys. I don't care about the Rabbitohs. I don't hate the Roosters anymore because they've had so many injuries and stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Like Sharks, yeah. Like Melbourne, I'm not going to go for Melbourne, but I don't care if they win. There's only 2 teams I don't want to win.
So I'm just thinking about like, obviously I'm going to think selfishly, and I'm going to think about what will be easiest for me to deal with. Like I obviously don't want the Panthers to win because Tim's a Panthers fan. I don't want the Cowboys to win because Jackson will make fun of me. And I then it would be Roosters. Like I don't want the Roosters to win because I just know too many Rooster fans. Then after that, I probably don't mind. I'll be going for either Melbourne or South.
What about
Oh,
Eels?
you wouldn't go for the.
I wouldn't be
Sharks?
mad at the Eels.
I
win.
have a mate who's an Eels fan, and I hear a bit from him.
Your
What about the
the fact that
Sharks?
your first two teams were the Roosters and the Sharks is just a disgrace.
That's not what I said.
That's
Oh,
about me.
Max.
No,
right.
no,
I'm
it is.
sorry. Who
Yeah,
should
yeah,
they
yeah.
be? My first team
That's-
is the Sharks because
the Sharks.
the only person
Shark
that
on
I'm
the
going to have to hear
Shire,
from is
Gold
Jackson
Country.
talking about Nico Hines.
I'm telling you.
But that doesn't annoy me.
God, I love.
And then
Nico
like
Hines.
Roosters, I don't have to listen to anyone talk about the Roosters. So otherwise, I'm gonna have to
Queensland, man.
listen to
Come
you
on.
talk about the Panthers because somehow you're obsessed with them and they're like half of New South Wales starting 13.
Is that
and-
why you're wearing the pink? Is that why you're wearing the pink and black? Because you're supporting the Panthers?
I'm a Cowboys fan. Don't lie to people
You would stick out
Of-
like a
of
sore
all the-
thumb in
of
Townsville,
all the-
Tim.
who might listen to this podcast. None of them should know that, or none of them should think that I'm a Panthers fan over a Cowboys fan.
You know, you want to know how many Cowboys fans are up in Townsville walking around with pink jumpers and eating Earl Grey biscuits? Absolutely none. Zero.
That is true. The further north,
Jackson could
the further
confirm.
north I go,
You probably wouldn't see it.
So, like, okay, Tim is a Cowboys
further-
fan. Jackson's a Cowboys fan. They've obviously enjoyed this season a lot.
At least Jackson's from up north, like
No, it's fine. Like, I don't.
He's
I'm
from
not gonna.
there.
I'm not gonna
From Cairns.
hate on Tim. Like, obviously being a foreign person to Australia,
yeah.
coming to Australia and picking a team. He's allowed to pick a team. He came in during a time when Thurston and Matty Bowen were running in the league, and I understand why that would be a team that you would pick. I'm just wondering, Jackson, how many North Queensland people fit Tim? Like, how would Tim fit in if he
No,
was?
I
to-
think I know a couple that would fit in, that Tim could fit in with. You know, Tim wears RMs, they wear RMs.
That's
up
true,
there.
actually. That's
I-
actually
I
fair.
wear
You could
RM.
just all you have to do is add a
Yeah,
a wide brim
Tim's
hat.
always
You're good.
wanted to wear a cowboy hat, I feel. So I
And
feel,
actually, Tim has a whip in his bedroom.
yeah, so he's pretty much, yeah, it makes sense that he would go for the Cowboys.
Can you confirm that, Tim? You do have a whip in your bedroom?
not anymore. I threw it out.
No, you didn't.
That's
No,
too
it felt
sentimental
fra-
for
it felt
you.
frayed. It was old and frayed.
That probably goes with your missus' latest purchases.
What?
We're not talking-
a lot of piercings.
Piercings? What?
Anyway,
But well, wait. Going back to Max's comment about my pink jumper.
I
will
like the
say that
jumper, I'm just
furthest north
saying.
I've ever, no. But the furthest north I've ever been,
Noosa.
being Noosa, even my pink burger shirt didn't go down well down up there.
That's true.
Thought it did all right.
No, it did not get very good comments.
from who?
Wasn't there was a guy that
Did
said
not
something
get very
about it.
good
Yeah.
comments.
Did someone say something to you?
Yeah, but what we were all there. We were walking on the street.
Oh, I don't remember.
I remember.
Oh no,
someone
I
said
do
something,
remember.
but
I
don't
do
remember.
remember.
what was
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Yeah, we never understood what the comment meant too. We were
Yeah,
trying
I
to
still
figure.
don't know what it meant.
Do you remember what he said?
No, I don't.
Drian got all
Uh,
staunch. Drian was ready to go.
Jerome was ready to fight the guy.
Yeah.
Like random. It was three like random old white dudes saying that I think they said I think they were like, oh, where are you from? You from Broken Hill or something?
What?
Yeah.
I still don't know.
I don't
I feel like they
understand.
meant
I have
Brokeback Mountain.
That's
Yeah.
what I was.
No, that's what they did say. They did say
yeah.
Broken Hill. And it
Broken
was
Hill
like,
is
do you mean
the
Brokeback
town
Mountain, bro?
in New South Wales, though. So
There you go. Maybe that's
South
what you meant. You look like
Yeah,
someone
I
from New
get
South
it.
Wales.
Yeah,
Tim.
maybe he looked
Maybe
like a
a
cowboy.
Is,
That's why.
is
they
that
were
in
saying
Penrith?
it. No, it might be close. It might be close.
Speaking of Noosa, we got
That's
February.
unbelievable.
Yeah, we got to organize that.
February. We're going to Noosa. Tim, are you coming back for that?
Yeah, I'll come back for a Noosa boys trip.
There you go.
Seeing as
I'm
we
trying to
can't do
think
December
if it's
of certain people.
Wait, what did you say?
So seeing as we can't do December because of certain people.
I appreciate that.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Work is work.
Not doing Max having to work in December. That's totally understandable. He's a working man.
You'll be fine in February though, right?
yeah. I'm trying to think if it's November, December, January, or December, January, February. I think
Surely
it's
it's not
November.
Feb.
I think it's November, December, January.
February's almost halfway through the year.
I think it's November, December, January. Yeah.
It's not. All right, cool. Anyway, I guess actually that's a good transition, the Brokeback Mountain thing. Let's move on to Mad Monday AFL. Has anyone actually seen, is there a video?
The footage.
Is there a video?
I'm sure it's making the rounds on social media, but I've not seen like.
No, but normally I receive those videos and
I know you normally receive videos like that,
but
I'm just
I
saying,
haven't.
I haven't.
By the way, unwillingly receive them. They just get passed through. I don't go looking for them. They just
Sure. But yeah, I haven't seen like comments where people have linked it or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. You haven't seen a video?
No.
It
Same
is.
here, same
It would be
here.
interesting to know what
Max's-
actually happens because obviously, like the media like to exaggerate things. Like,
Yeah, like
so it's
everything.
like, did he just pretend? Did he do it?
Well, everything I've tried to read is obviously like blocked because you got to pay for every single news outlet these days. But from what I've heard,
What have you heard?
they're on a Mad Monday, they're partying, and old mate decides to. Did he actually pull it out, or did he just have his underwear on? That's what I'm trying to figure
Well,
out.
they censored it.
They censored
So
it. That's the
surely-
thing. So
Surely, like that's for like I feel like him getting out's not that crazy for like a Mad Monday, like footy boys. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. But I mean, it's in a public pub though. This is the thing, and
I still don't think.
And then the
that's
guy just
that-
decided to put it in his mouth.
Apparently, yeah.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Do we want to talk about Tim's opinion on this?
Not really.
Not really. Too
I
much.
don't really
It's too
want
much.
to.
That's fair enough. I've promised Jackson that this podcast will not go too far because he obviously has to think about work. Yeah, I don't know. I think all I have to say about the situation is like, I've never been on a Mad Monday, but I've been on like post footy tournament shenanigans, and like has the phrase like stop filming, I'm training to be a cop and they can't see this, like things like that has been said, like
Yeah.
I guess like things have happened. I've never seen that. I've never seen, like, obviously, like I've seen a lot of
What have you seen?
nude males post in footy, like post footy
Videos of you.
Yeah.
Maybe there's even videos.
I've seen a
of me.
couple videos of you post OzTag tournament.
This is the thing. Like sometimes.
Yeah, how many trialist seasons have you gone?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a couple.
So that's a good question. So I've played 4 nationals and I've never scored at a nationals. So I've had to get naked those four times down at Coffs Harbour. The last time was definitely the worst because normally the nudie run happens early on in like the post, like once you're kind of out of the tournament, like it happens early on, and so you do it somewhere that's like safe. But the latest one was at the Coffs Harbour Hotel, and we were like probably 2 hours into drinking, and then they were like, all right, boys, let's just get it done now. And for some reason, us guys that hadn't scored were talked into it, and we did it on like the main Coffs Harbour strip. And that's where, like, when you're next to the hotel, like all the windows are facing that road, and there was just like everyone looking out over us on the road. It's like cars driving past. We're like stepping through the cars, and like, yeah, that was probably the worst one. But I can't say anyone's put their mouth in that situation. So I thought that was pretty wild.
I think Tim, the color of Tim's
it's a bit of
jumper
kangaroo court.
indicates his kind of opinion that he has about these sorts of things. Like his, you know how he's like a bit different. Tim's opinion on like, you know,
Yeah, certainly Tim's opinion is different.
you know, there's obviously 2 people in
My
that
opinion's
situation, and who's, you know, let's just.
I think it's perfectly fine to get naked with the boys after a footy trip because it is what it is. It happens, but then like there's limits to it. I think that's all there is. There's limits to it, and I think some.
Amen.
There's limits to what you film. Don't film.
Yeah, don't film
Don't
it, guys.
film your
Who
boys if
filmed
you,
it?
they're gonna get in trouble.
That's the thing.
Well, but like think about it though. Wouldn't it be funny? Like imagine when we like if we were in Noosa or something, and like someone was doing something ridiculous, and you just film it so you can look at it later that night or watch it the next morning, and everyone can laugh at it. That's kind of why you film something, not to distribute it, but to look at it the day after or when you're sober and like have a laugh about it.
Yeah, I guess it was in a
But,
public place,
that's
so
true.
anyone.
Don't send it.
Well, the thing is, I think
Like-
it may not have even been like one of the footy guys filming it because it was
Yeah,
like at a
they-
public place.
Seemed like they were posing for the camera.
That's also-
there was like a third
Oh,
guy
that's
in there
true.
standing next to him, like looking.
I mean, yeah.
looks like they're having a good time.
If you're doing it just straight up in the middle of a pub, that's on you, man.
Even like through the
You can't do
blurred
that.
faces, it looks like they're facing towards the camera.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunate.
So funny. That's so
I will say that if something like that happened at like the Noosa trip, I feel like you and Tim would be the two involved.
100%.
Yeah, am I wrong, Jackson?
No,
Thank you.
100%. They're the
What?
two that's
Can
involved.
you explain yourself?
Well, I feel like you're definitely.
There's
you
no
know what?
way.
The kind of things Tim says, like, Tim says stuff
Fair
like,
enough.
"What would you do if I just kissed you right now?" Like stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like no one else asked that question.
That's true. So in this situation, Tim,
Yes.
No,
why am I the guy getting naked?
I would.
Well, I feel like,
Yeah, it's fair.
Because
enough.
you
No,
are
you
the guy
get
who
I,
makes
I feel like I was naked.
and I feel like
you
you
get
guys have the
naked
most
all
sexual
time.
chemistry between each other
Hey.
anyway. So
What? You can't just be
Vibe.
throwing this shit out. You can't just be throwing chat out like this. This is
well,
some wild stuff.
the stuff you say, that's just a fact. And Isaac getting naked,
Although-
that's a fact.
Although, if you do you remember the personality test that we all used to do?
which ones?
Yeah.
Miles.
The
Miles.
Myers-Briggs
understand
ones,
where
like
he's
the
going with
this.
INTJ and the stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Didn't we get the two like perfectly matched personality types?
You and Isaac.
I think we did actually, from memory.
like the two personality types that were like best match for like a relationship or something. I don't know.
That wouldn't be a good relationship. I don't think would work.
No, it would. Fuck, I have a girl. What did you guys just what?
Did you say we would work?
No.
Oh,
you wouldn't.
did.
I thought
It
that's
sounded like
It
what I
sounded like you
heard.
said we would.
No. I said we wouldn't work.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, it definitely sounded like you said we would.
I'm pretty sure we all heard the same thing. Bit of a
Yeah, I
Freudian
definitely
slip
would
there,
not
Tim.
work. No, not at all. We argue too much.
Yeah, we argue too much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not where I thought this was. Going
I ship you guys. I think it could work.
Yeah, I'm not, there's
I think just like Tim argues with everyone. So
and let's just say that.
No, but
You know
if
what?
we
The guys on that Mad Monday, each to their own. Like, if that's what you want to do, just don't do it in public.
yeah, just don't do it in
There's
public.
levels to like I
are
think
you telling me that if you had the opportunity to be at that hotel for like 15 minutes and witness that, you'd be like, nah, I'd rather not be there? Or would you be like, oh, maybe it would be funny just to be there and see like the wildness of it?
well,
Exactly.
no. Well, what's your answer to that?
I don't know.
No, that's the thing. Like, you obviously like if something crazy happens, it's always more exciting.
It's probably,
if you're
yeah. It's like, would
there.
you rather sit at
But like, I
home?
don't think it's a good idea.
No, but like, it would be funny. Like, it would be a funny story.
Anyways, we all have stuff on video that we wish we weren't on.
Some
right?
more
I
than
don't
others.
think I do.
I certainly have.
I don't think I-
You want to talk about the bruise in your neck, Max? Or...
Oh.
I don't have any.
Oh, sure.
There's still a little bit of,
It's all
there's still a
cleaned
little
up, it's all
mark.
gone.
Yeah,
I just had a mark there for a long time. That's-
maybe
Wait, without going into like specifics, when, and this is completely irrelevant to everything, when was the last time you guys had a hickey?
I honestly can't remember.
Same.
Cannot remember.
All right, moving on. Shaq is in Australia. Shaquille O'Neal is in Australia. He's touring around. Did you guys see the video of him and Cam Munster sitting together at a dinner?
Cam
No.
Munster? No, I hadn't seen.
You haven't seen that?
No, that would be funny.
You haven't seen that?
No, I saw some of his interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, so he was sitting. It's just like Cam Munster. Have you seen it, Tim?
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
Should we quickly watch it? I don't know.
Someone can try and bring it up. But no, like you don't really get to see anything, but it's just Cam Munster showing Shaq a video on his phone.
Hmm.
And apparently
Anastasia, probably.
no, apparently oh no.
The premiere. I guarantee.
We're not diving into that. But
We just dove into a guy sucking
no,
his
yeah, whoa.
teammate's cock in a pub.
No, well, the video he was showing Shaq was not of Anastasia. It was apparently, I mean maybe, but it was the video of him getting hit by which Manly player hit him really hard? Guy that shots everyone.
Nelson.
Oh,
Oh, Manly.
Yeah, Manly. His name has eluded me.
Tafua.
Hey?
Tafua.
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, the video of him getting
You're
shot and
welcome.
stuff, but it just made me kind of think like
Steve Mather.
no. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was he apparently was showing Shaq the video of him getting shot, and I don't know. It made me think like, how much fun would Shaq have been in the NRL? Just like from a like, not even like we've actually done a podcast before where we talked about like NBA ex-NBA players playing rugby league, like what positions they've been and stuff, but more from like a
He
like
would have just been like a Willie Mace or like a Petra.
Well,
He
his
would've been
closest
like a-
comparison is Nelson.
Willie Mason's actually a good one, I think.
Yeah.
Nelson too, but like more so from like a personality standpoint. I feel like
Yeah.
Shaq has the
Oh,
personality
personality
as like
stand.
a rugby league player. Like
Who's
what?
his personality close?
So
to?
like there's like lots of stories of Shaq like just like, I mean, we're going back to guys being naked and stuff.
He was in a frat.
But he was like, everyone's talked about how Shaq would just like walk into like the change rooms just like completely naked and just swinging it around and stuff.
I did not think there'd be this much talk of
Neither did
male
I.
nudity tonight.
But I don't know, just like,
Isn't that more of like a Sammy Side type of energy?
Just walk around the speedos, the budgie smugglers.
no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Off the
walking around
field,
in
like
Speedos and stuff like that.
off the field, like yeah, he'd be a bit of a Sam Thaiday type, and I don't know. You look at a guy like Munster, who obviously has a fair bit of fun off the field. I was like, man, Shaq. Out of anyone, Shaq's personality might fit Australian sports better than any NBA player ever.
I don't know what Shaq's personality.
Tearing
I haven't
urinals off walls.
Watch anything.
He's just
Yeah.
he's just a funny like.
He's a bit of a
jokes around.
larrikin
He's a
and, like-
larrikin, yeah.
That's true. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Is there like someone else? James Harden?
Nah, because James Harden's not about the boys. James Harden's just about himself.
Indeed,
Maybe Embiid,
bit of a superstar though.
bit of a superstar.
But he's still
Ben
like
Simmons?
about the team, like.
Did you say Ben Simmons?
Ben-
Ben Simmons, look, I hope his redemption arc is great, but at this point, he really doesn't seem very Aussie.
He's not Australian.
He's Australian. He's just
No.
not Aussie.
Too greedy.
Is that fair?
Tim's more Australian than Ben Simmons.
That is wildly offensive.
I'm
to
not
Ben
even joking
Simmons.
right now. Tim is more Australian than Ben Simmons. I
Tim
don't
wouldn't
feel
let
like
his
Ben
team
Simmons.
I am pretty Australian.
Tim sounds more
pretty
Australian for starters. Ben Simmons has
I
dogged
do
the Boomers so many times.
I do enjoy a good Bunnings sausage sizzle. I
Tim
think that's
probably
the most
ref-
Australian part.
Tim probably refers to the Boomers with a we more than Ben Simmons does.
Yeah.
I do now.
during the Olympics.
always.
Tim used to bag the Boomers so much, and then during the Olympics, he's sending messages or like on the phone, like, "Why didn't we do this?" And like, just becomes a Boomers fan.
He was very mad during the
Well,
finals too. I remember him.
Oh yeah, we should have been in the gold medal
Yeah,
anyway.
should
Is there
I know.
anything more sport-wise that we
Katie-
want to cover? Because we haven't really gotten to the main event. The main
What's the
event
main
is
event. I don't even know what.
we're going to be talking
Well-
about House of the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I really just want to know, like, what grand final matchup does it have to be for you guys to support the Cowboys in the grand final?
None. I'll go for the Panthers if it's Cowboys.
Really?
Panthers.
You go for the Panthers.
No.
No,
Yes.
you wouldn't.
What?
Oh, I go for the Cowboys. I have to listen to both of them.
I'll be
If
going.
Panthers win, I just have to listen to Tim.
Oh, it's so true. Like,
What?
You would rather
here's the thing.
They only have one premiership, like the Cowboys. Let's like leave it at one, you know.
You guys are actually from Queensland.
No, but here's
I'm not from Townsville. I'm from Brisbane.
Yeah, but you're
I
in the
never
state of
hated the
Queensland.
Cowboys until you two. I like the Cowboys.
I'll be
The
torn.
Panthers. No.
If it's Panthers Cowboys, I'll be torn because like I would rather the Cowboys win
If the cat. Yeah.
if like. But like, here's the thing: my entire hatred of the Cowboys comes from you two.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So like, if it wasn't for you two, like before you guys like fucking pissed me off with the Cowboys, like it was like Broncos won, but then like Cowboys were like just below them, like
Just below,
yeah,
or like
just below. Like I was a big like I remember like how much
Wait,
I
so-
liked watching the Cowboys.
So it has
As I've gotten
nothing to
older
do
though,
with
that there's become a very
they're my
big
16th
separation.
team. Like, and that's, like they're absolutely my least favorite team because of you two. They were my second favorite team back in the day.
My life
so
would
it
be
has
easier if the Panthers win.
if the if the Cowboys don't win, I want the Sharks to win. That's how it goes to me.
Nico.
If the Cowboys
have
and
nothing.
Panthers make the grand final, Tim just wins. Either way.
That is true.
See?
But wait. But you're telling me that 2015 has nothing to do with why you hate the Cowboys.
It actually
it adds.
it helps.
It
but
adds to it. But here's the thing:
It's
like,
more so just you two.
there's a lot of Broncos fans, and I think this is what I would have been like if you weren't in my life. If like, there's a lot of Bronco fans that it's like, oh, we did lose to them, but like, it's the Cowboys, so like Queensland had a win that day. But for me, like, I just hate that. I hate that game so much.
Dude, Jackson, can you remember the feeling of that night?
I
Just the feeling of that, like, 10 minutes.
I
That was
could play it like what we were doing
Oh.
play by play. We were
You guys
watching.
are leaving.
you
That
guys
was,
No,
You guys
we
dogged your
these
team.
guys were
No,
walking out the door.
we weren't leaving.
Yes,
Yes, you
were.
were.
No,
You walked out of
we-
the room and
we-
then you heard everyone screaming and you
We
came back.
no, we weren't leaving. We
No.
stood at the door watching the game, ready to leave quickly if we lost, which looked likely, but we weren't leaving until the game was over. But we knew if
Oh,
we didn't win
keep
that
going.
game, we needed to be gone as soon as possible before anyone could say anything to
We're
us.
great. We would have been gracious.
we
with
were
us.
in a hornet's nest of Broncos fans.
No.
Like 20
Yes,
Broncos
we were
fans.
the only
No,
two.
most of the
Most
people
of
in
people
there
weren't even
weren't
footy
Broncos
fans.
fans. They're just there to watch. the
No,
game.
you had a lot of.
There was
Broncos.
only like maybe I reckon 4 or 5 actual Broncos fans.
All
I don't
know
even
is
remember who was
we
there.
like
at that
20
time.
we were ready to
Yeah, and
there was
just
like
not be
20
a part of
people in
any
there.
conversation.
Yeah, but
after.
most of them were like people that don't even watch footy.
Who was there?
The
I only remember
Broncos
us four
fans
being
other than
there.
us who would have been like Dan Cav,
Uh,
Jared, people
Oh,
like
were they
that.
there?
Everyone else was just like they probably don't even watch any games other than Origin and the grand final.
all I remember was
No. Do you remember how? Do you remember how a couple people came late? Like a couple people turned up and they already knew the score of the game because you guys picked me up from the airport.
oh,
watched it,
we
like,
watched
20
it
minutes
late.
later.
I
Yeah.
do actually remember that. Honestly,
And
the
so,
only thing I
like,
remember
they-
from that night is
and
just
then-
sitting there with tears in my eyes, just on my couch on my
Oh,
own,
I remember.
just watching.
I remember that so clearly because after Ben Hunt dropped the ball and Jonathan Thurston, the greatest player of all time, kicked the drop goal to win the game. You were sitting there on the couch.
You were sitting on your bed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you look.
You're sitting on the
you look
mattress.
No, I was,
No,
on
you
the
were sitting-
couch. I was on the couch.
You look
You
soulless.
were sitting on the couch. You were sitting on the couch, just staring at the TV, just like into the distance. And I just remember how sad he was because I went like right up to his face, like as close as I could possibly get to his face, and I just like tapped him on the cheek. I was like, "You hate to see it, buddy. You hate to see it."
Did you cry because of Hodges?
And you didn't say anything. You were just like, I think the chairs were about to fall down, and then I just
No, I was like really proper holding in tears that
Your
night.
eyes are watering.
No, I definitely cried that night. I think in my bed. No, well, that was like. No, but like, understand, like, my favorite player of all time was captaining the side. Like, just not only was like my favorite team of all time, I hadn't seen them win a premiership since 2006. Still haven't seen them win a premiership since 2006.
They probably weren't. 10 more years, apparently,
And-
was what I was told.
No, we're peaking in 10 years.
And then Hodges is the captain of the side. He almost doesn't play that game because he went to judiciary for the tackle the week before. Then he injures himself and almost can't play, plays the game injured, and they were literally like the final buzzer away from winning a premiership. Just making one tackle, like, just don't let Jonathan Thurston float across the whole fucking field. Just one person tackle him, or Coriolis, like, don't come in off your wing. And we win the premiership. Hodges is a Brisbane Bronco, like, captain premiership winner. That's different. If you're the captain of the Broncos and you win a premiership, that's like, his painting is on that mural outside Suncorp right now. It wasn't meant to be.
I will say that you're not, like, we know someone who was way more cut up than you.
I wish I
Way
knew.
more
I wish
what?
I knew Jack back then. Like, what was Jack like that night?
When he described his pain, like his emotional pain, he said he took like days off work that week because he couldn't actually go outside to or like he's depressed, he's crying. He said he's like emotional, felt sick. I think the word to use was I felt sick to my stomach. I had to take like 3 days off work.
Just for clarification, we're talking about Tim's old workmate Jack, who I've been blessed to be put in a group chat with him, and every day shares his rugby league thoughts, and I enjoy them thoroughly.
Yeah.
All right, is there any more sports chat we want to do?
No, I think that's.
Pat Bev.
Well, Jackson doesn't really like watch NBA.
You can talk about
That's
NBA.
true,
I
but
swear
I can
no.
just say
You got actually, I got 1
Bev.
minute. How do you feel about Patrick Beverley being on the Lakers?
Lakers 2023 champ.
So he's the
Maybe.
key, like Westbrook was.
Lakers 2023 champs.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're done with that. Thanks for your input, man. All right, let's move on to the House of the Dragon. All of us are
Return.
different levels of Game of Thrones fandom. I feel like all our fandom is
With different levels, you reckon?
well. Let's just how did all of us get into Game of Thrones? What's our feelings towards Game of Thrones? It's been 3 years since the final season ended. What does Game of Thrones mean to you in your heart, Jackson?
Game of Thrones, I definitely remember the first time I watched it, and I was like, I had no idea what it was, no idea about the books or anything. And I think only season 2 had just started, and then my friend's like, let's watch season 1. I was like, yep, cool. I didn't know. I think we were drinking that night, and I was a little bit drunk while I was watching it, and I was immediately hooked. I thought it was amazing, and I definitely my emotional roller coaster of the series just getting worse and worse in the last 2 seasons was hard to watch, but I still think the first couple of seasons are one of the best.
Yeah, nice.
That's probably my take.
So that's where you're at 3 3 years on.
3 years on,
Like, how do you look at the show?
or with how do I look at the show? With it, like, am I including the most recent
No,
episode?
no. We're gonna get into
Okay,
House of the Dragon soon. But
How do I
like,
look at the show?
3 years onto the show, how do you like? If someone's like, "Oh, Game of Thrones," like, how do you feel about it?
It's so hard to tell. No, it's definitely one of my favorite shows ever. It's just hard to get over the last couple of seasons. Maybe it's because I liked it so much.
Yeah,
That's probably why.
that's fair enough. What about you, Tim?
Oh, well, I started watching it because Jackson told me to watch it. I think I started watching the same time season 4 was airing. Because I watched the Oberyn, the mountain fight, like when it aired, just before a volleyball game with Jackson.
I think we watched it before we went across.
Yeah. So that's like when that's when I started watching. But
Wait, so you watched that before you
no,
you watched that before you'd watched season 1?
no, that's when I started. That's the time when I started watching, when season 4 was airing live. So then I binged like season 1, 2, 3, and then caught up by that time season 4 was airing. But there's no real shows. There's no real TV show that I think about it, like you get together with 5 people and watch it on a weekly basis. But no other TV show kind of did that.
Those finale
2017.
Those finale episodes, there was like 15 of us.
Yeah, we had big viewing parties for
Yeah.
the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, it was like I used to download it and watch it with like this session, like on my laptop, because I couldn't cast it to the TV.
Different time.
But like
Different age.
But like, yeah, there's no other TV show kind of. Everyone just watched it. Everyone watched it like week to week to week.
I think that
And
also streaming
Yeah.
services weren't as big back then too. And I know that in
Yeah.
Australia we had to watch it like recorded on Fox, and not everyone had Fox. I remember watching
No,
it.
because it was on Fox, like I think from like maybe season 4 or 5 onwards. It was
Yeah,
on
I
Fox still.
remember having to watch it on the day, like recorded on
on Fox.
not on a streaming service. Which was that maybe as well why we always watched it together as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Max?
I think I'm in the same boat as probably a lot of people, where after like the show ended, I kind of just like forgot about it and like haven't only think about it occasionally when someone like is brought up and like maybe someone's never seen it. And like the way I think about it is just like, oh, it's just like they ruined the last 2 seasons because they rushed it to go make the Star Wars trilogy, which they never even did anyway. And before those last 2 seasons, it was like probably my favorite show ever.
Yeah.
And like yeah, like Tim said, like whether you, like people from work or whatever, like different like social groups, like there was always a thing like, what did it come out on Mondays, or I can't remember what day of the week it would come out on, but like you
Mondays.
yeah, come out.
knew, like that was the thing that everyone
Come
loved.
out Monday at like
Yeah.
11:30.
Say Sunday.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone would like, like tons of people were going to watch it and like talk about it the next day wherever you were.
Yeah.
When did you start watching it?
Well, the first time I saw it was like season 1 or 2 when it was on at someone's house in the background, but I didn't pay attention. Like no one was really watching it. We were like drinking and stuff. But the first time I watched an episode would have been like season like 4 or something like that. Evan was watching it when I lived with Evan, and it was like the second or last episode of the season, and I didn't know really what it was, so I just was watching it because I was there, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. So then I started like right after that from season 1, and I grinded like the first 3 or 4 seasons out and caught up straight away, and then I watched like from there on as they came out each Monday.
Yeah, I was obviously later than you guys to it, as I am with most shows.
And slower at watching it as well.
Yeah, look, binging shows isn't my forte, but Game of Thrones was the first show I ever actually like semi binged, I would say. And so it's funny. I actually, the first time I would have watched Game of Thrones was the first episode I ever watched from start to end was the Red Wedding. So I was at Tim's house. This is actually outrageous looking back on it. At the time, it didn't feel outrageous, but it was the Red Wedding.
Tim's an idiot.
And I was at Tim's house, and Tim was like, dude, like, you have to watch this show. And I was like, oh, I don't really watch TV shows, and like, I don't really care. And he was like, no, you don't understand. Just watch this. Watch this episode and tell me you don't want to
So
keep
dumb.
watching it.
You showed him the Red Wedding episode.
And so
of
this
the
was,
first
what
one.
is that, season 3, the Red Wedding, or season 4?
Season 3, I think.
Yeah,
I think
season
it's
3.
I think it's season 3. So season 3, like mid-season or near the end of season 3, maybe, Red Wedding, he sits me down. He's like, just watch this show. Tell me you don't like it. I'm sitting there. I'm watching this wedding. I'm watching pregnant bellies get stabbed. I'm watching like all this stuff happening. And I was like, you know, like someone having their head taken off and a wolf head put on top of it and all this other stuff. And he's like, dude, like, look what's happening. I was like, are these main characters? Like, is this a big deal? I don't know. And I was like, yeah, like, I mean, it seems cool, but like, I don't know anything.
It means nothing to you.
It meant nothing. It meant nothing at all to me. And then I think like, and so season 7 was coming out. There was like 6.
Wait, was season 7 the last one?
No,
Or was
season 8. There was 8 seasons. Season 7 was coming out in about 6 weeks. And it was kind of like, you guys plus a few other people were like, you should really just watch this show.
Well, we've been telling you for years to
watch. Like,
Mhm.
obviously Tim tried to get me to watch it season 3. And so there's about 6 weeks out before season 7 was coming out. And I started watching it. And basically as soon as I saw brother and sister going at it, kid get pushed out the window, I was pretty locked in after that.
I'm glad that was the book for
That
you.
was what hooked me in.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that so someone this week asked me a question. They're like, yeah, I tried watching it a couple years back, but you know, the incest in the first episode, you know, kind of just put me off a little bit. But do you think it's worth like pushing through and then seeing if I like the next episodes of the next season? I'm like, mate, if that first episode put you off, it doesn't get better.
it's,
It doesn't get
it's
better
probably not the
at
show
all.
for you.
No, well, that locked me in. So I watched the first 6 seasons in about 6 weeks. And it legitimately changed my personality during that time. Like, I actually became a worse person, I think. My language got way worse. Like, everything, I became a darker person for those 6 weeks. But I got through it. And then obviously, like, I started watching from season 7. I do think it's probably, like, for me, only watching the 2 last seasons live with everyone else. I think because I powered through it so much, I didn't have as much time to like.
You weren't as invested as
No, I was invested. I really enjoyed. I mean, this was like the first show that I've really outside of like
waiting years to
outside of
find out who's going to
Friends,
sit on.
No, that's the thing. As in, I haven't had enough time to. Sometimes I didn't even realize I was onto a new season. Like, it was just like that's not true because I was watching it on DVD. But like, yeah, I was watching it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Blu-ray.
yeah, I was watching the Blu-ray copies. But I mean, it looked pretty sick. But I guess I didn't have as much time yet to speculate, to like theorize, think about what could happen. Like, that's obviously something that you enjoy doing between seasons. I didn't have that. And so like I finished season 6, rolled straight into season 7 with you guys. I don't think I was as disappointed with season 7 as everyone else was, just because I don't think there was as much time for me to like mull over what it was going to be. But there definitely was a drop off. And then season 8 felt like a drop off as well. I think the ending was like, that last episode was pretty, like, you're just sitting there and like, is this actually what's happening?
Yeah,
This is the best you could do.
yeah.
But like, anyway, that was Game of Thrones for us. But for me personally, like, when someone asked me what my favorite TV shows of all time is, it's probably like that. And like, I put kind of like The Office and Friends on a different side, kind of like category.
Sitcom.
Yeah, like a sitcom kind of thing. But like Game of Thrones, it's like kind of Game of Thrones and Peaky Blinders for me, that are like the two that stand out.
We both had the Red
Peaky
Wedding.
Blind.
No, actually, do you want to know something funny? So yeah, I was going to come back to the Red Wedding. Tim showed me the Red Wedding when I started watching the show, because this is like 3 years later. I don't remember who was in, like, I don't remember faces from that episode. So like, it wasn't ruined for me. All I knew was at some point there was a wedding around season 3 or 4 where people died. And during like the lead up to the red wedding, there was actually a lot of weddings coming up. Like I think there was like the Joffrey wedding. There was like a few weddings coming up.
Yeah, they would have.
And then I remember like, obviously like Rob was one of my favorite characters. And like, I liked him, his misses and everything. And the doors start shutting. And I was like, no, don't let it be them. Like, please, anyone else, let the red wedding be someone else. And the doors are shutting. And I was watching with another person that hadn't watched Game of Thrones before as well. And I knew what was happening. They obviously didn't realize. And I realized like as the stuff was shutting, like you see the chain mail and you're like, oh, no. And then the carnage happened. And she was sitting there like, what is going on? And I was like, yep, it's Rob. I was actually like so emotionally like broken.
You want to talk about getting something spoiled for you? What about?
Here we go.
Imagine if someone spoiled the death of Jon Snow for you. Imagine that.
Jackson.
I did not.
Imagine if someone.
Jackson was telling random people
only...
online in video games that Jon Snow died.
No, originally when I told him that Jon Snow died,
that's toxic, bro.
He said it to me as well, and maybe to Evan, and he'd be like, "Oh no, does he die?"
No,
and like stuff like
when
this.
Tim asked me whether he dies,
Tim, your picture's gone.
One, I still remember that because he was annoying me all night, and I said, if you like keep annoying me, I'm gonna spoil something from the show for you. Like, stop annoying me. And I actually didn't know that Jon Snow died at that point. I hadn't read that in the book, and I just said that just so he'd be sad and annoyed. But I was like, that's not gonna happen. And then I told him that, and then it happened. So I unwillingly spoiled it for him. That's what that is about.
No.
I didn't know when I told you.
That's the biggest death on that show at that time.
Yeah, listen.
The main character.
At the time, I didn't know.
The way it happened too, just got stabbed, shanked by that little kid.
A little kid at the wall, yeah.
I witnessed a crazy spoiler for Game of Thrones. So like after I started watching it, my workmate, I convinced him to start watching it.
Dan? No.
Nah, Matt. Convinced Matt to start watching it, and then he like wasn't really into fantasy anything, but he got really into Game of Thrones. And
it's not even that much fantasy.
No, that's fair.
Like,
but I mean, he just doesn't.
There's dragons.
He just didn't really seem to watch shows like that. Anyways, he was really into it and he was really invested. And he would like every day he was like, "This is what I would always ask, like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think about this? Who do you like? Who do you not like?" And it was kind of fun, like watching him go through it. And then we were sitting there, and like our boss knows that he's not up to date. Like she's been a part of the conversation. We've been talking for like 5 minutes. And then I'm like, so who do you like right now? And he's like, oh, like I really love Robb Stark. And then my boss just goes, oh, it sucked when he died. And he looks at me, his face, and I was like, oh no. And he's like, what? And then like she could have played it off cool, like she could have laughed it off, like, just joking, like whatever. But she was like, oh no, what have I done? And like proper just like, and he's like, are you serious? And then we like went down to the Oval, and he was like, dude, I can't believe she spoiled that. Like, just tell me how it happens. Tell me when he's like, I just want to know. Like, what?
Did you?
Yeah. I can't remember. I was like, maybe just watch it. I don't remember if I told him, but yeah.
I remember I was watching season 2 or 3, and like, I feel like that's when a lot of people start to like Rob a lot. It's season 2 or 3 when he starts getting interested in,
I think
season 2.
Yeah. So I think it might have been season 2. I'm watching it, and like that was when Devin was living there as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, do you like Rob? I'm like, yeah, I like Rob a lot. He's cool. And I like his like misses. And then he just tells me, he just like tells me about the red wedding straight away. I was like, what? Why would you tell me that? And like the whole time I'm like, well, I just know they're going to die now. Like, what's the point?
That sucks. All right. Well, anyway, we've returned to Westeros after 3 years. We've now got the House of the Dragon set as well. Like
170
House of the Dragon.
It was like 176 years before Daenerys is born or something.
Something like that, yeah. I think it was 172 actually.
Something like that. Yeah.
I've watched the episode twice. So
have you actually?
Yeah, I have.
Why'd you watch it a second time?
I saw Liam wanted to watch it, so I was watching with him. Except in classic Liam fashion, this is my housemate. We sit down watching it. Like I've seen it before, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'll watch it with you. And like halfway through, he's like, oh, I might have to finish this later, and then he just goes and starts gaming. So that kind of pissed me off a little bit, but anyway, yeah, we're back in Westeros. 172 years, maybe 176 years beforehand. Obviously, like it's kind of, does it have like a bit of a Star Wars feel to it, where it's like in terms of, you know, the original Star Wars, it was what it was, but then, you know, in Game of Thrones, we didn't see dragons for a while. Whereas in this, it's like everything's like big.
It's
from the
about
start.
dragons a lot.
It's like, yeah, it's like big from the start. And like you see a drag, you're hearing the dragons after the first like 3 or 4 minutes, like flapping their wings.
Yeah,
You
I
see a
didn't think about
dragon
that.
almost straight away.
What, dragons are Jedi? Like that's kind of what you're saying. Like,
Yeah, well, like obviously, like George, like that's the thing. That the story is like George Lucas claims that he knew he wanted to do the prequels, but like didn't have the technology for it. Obviously, Game of Thrones didn't really have the budget for what they have now. Like just in comparison, I did a little.
but the story wasn't written. Wasn't
That's
it?
true.
Yeah, I feel like it's not.
They wrote the House of Dragons story.
Yeah, that's true. But like in terms of like just budget wise, the first season of Game of Thrones was they had a $6 million budget
I mean,
per
it still
episode.
looks really good.
It does look really good, but $6 million budget for each episode, so 60 million for the first season. This House of the Dragon has a $20 million budget for each episode, so 100. Oh, sorry,
120. Isn't it 6 episodes?
No, 10.
Oh,
200
is it 10
million.
episodes?
Yeah. So $200 million. So it's just like a bigger. It feels bigger straight away. But did it feel like Game of Thrones to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
If
Yeah,
100% felt like
I felt like
Westeros Game of Thrones, like
yeah,
there was no part. Like it felt like
I felt like early seasons too. It didn't feel like season 7 and 8.
Yeah.
yeah.
It just looked really cool. Though.
It just
like
it looks
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like behind the scenes too of like their sets and stuff,
Oh really?
which their sets look like awesome as well. Like mainly for like lighting and stuff,
Mm.
and like it's like an in-house set. Like the castle is, they've got like a huge soft box over the top and all like lighting random things. But yeah, no, like it's got a big budget. You can tell.
Yeah.
like Harrenhal at the beginning, I think. Like the very
Yeah,
first
they
scene,
show
like
the Harrenhal.
Harrenhal looked cool, and like the Iron Throne with all the extra like swords that aren't there in like Game of Thrones
Yeah.
looks sick as well.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, it all looked really cool, like King's
That was
Landing
cool.
and the Red Keep. Like I don't know, it just like it absolutely felt like Game of Thrones. Like it didn't feel like it was different.
Yeah,
Like,
it didn't
was
feel
good.
like a
Yeah.
spin-off series. It
Yeah,
felt like I was watching
it feels like it's
Game
like
of Thrones.
completely part of it. Yeah.
So what part for you guys was there like a part of the show where it was like, oh, we're back, or was it like straight from the start, or was there like a moment?
Well, I think from like once they went to the current timeline, like because obviously the
Yeah.
first scene was Harrenhal, like which was what was it, like 10 years or something prior, like when I can't remember the current king's name is like chosen as king.
Oh,
And
yeah,
yeah, I can't remember like what his name is.
Yeah. What is his name?
And then it does like that 10-year jump or whatever it is. And then yeah, like straight away it felt like it.
King Viserys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should bring up. I think that it felt like Game of Thrones is when they did the night raid thing.
When there was some violence.
When there, yeah, probably when there was violence.
The
When-
king was it what
Yeah.
they called the King's Watch or
yeah, the
something like
King's Watch,
that.
something like that.
with
That
their golden
Yeah,
capes.
I think that's
yeah.
what they called, isn't it? The
King's
Golden
Watch.
Capes.
No, that's not the name of their thing. Their thing was like the King's Watch or something like that.
That's when it. I
but
was
they
like,
put
oh, we're back.
yeah, like Damon gave them gold capes, I guess, because it represents House Targaryen or something. I don't know. But yeah, obviously, like once people started getting their hands and balls cut off, like you're like, oh yeah, this is Game of Thrones.
We're back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And then once the people that were cutting their balls off for sleeping with prostitutes were also sleeping with prostitutes themselves later in the episode, I was like, oh, that's very much like a Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just into like does wild shit, and but abuses their power.
What about you, Tim? When did it feel like you were back in Westeros?
I was like, it's been so long since I watched Game of Thrones. I was watching it, and Well, yeah, like 3 years is a long time. I've watched
I'm
a lot
assuming
shows
none of
together.
us have watched Game of
I'm
Thrones. Like,
it's probably the same for all of us.
I've
We watched the
literally
last
watched
one
no
together.
Game of Thrones since
Yeah.
the final episode aired.
I was watching it again last year. I got up to like season 3.
But like I got, I don't know when it was, but like halfway through I realized, oh, this is Game of Thrones, and someone here is like, someone could die like right in this first episode. Someone I don't think of could just die right now, and I'm just treating it like a normal TV show, just chilling, watching people like, oh yeah, this person gets knocked off his horse, or this person is pregnant, not even thinking that, oh, the baby could die or she could die or anything like that. And then when
You should have a spoiler warning as well.
Oh, I'll be doing a spoiler warning.
Okay,
Yeah,
just checking.
yeah. I'll be letting
But-
everyone know that this show is about.
But when she started, or when her birth scene started, I was watching the like Matty John show after the Eels game, beautiful game. And
Wait, you were watching the Matty John show while you were watching?
no, after the Eels. No, sorry, not after the Eels game. The week before, where he because he watched the premiere of like House of Dragons earlier.
Oh.
So he basically there was a comment that he made, and he was like, "Oh, it has this really, really just crazy birth scene." And so when the birth scene came up, I remembered him saying that, and I was like, "Oh shit, like something crazy is going to happen in this scene." And then that's kind of when it became Game of Thrones for me again, when he decided to cut open his wife.
The birth
they
scene,
both
I was
died.
like, yeah, we're well and truly back.
Yeah, that was when I was like, ah, yeah, here we go.
Did you?
And then of course when Damon was getting busy.
Hey.
When Damon
Oh
Targaryen
yeah.
the uncle.
Yeah.
going at it. I was like, oh,
By the
Game of
way,
Thrones.
he's my favorite character so far.
He's Tim's favorite character, I think.
Damon Targaryen.
Yeah.
There's not too many characters.
There's not
Like,
many.
he's the only-
Yeah.
He's the only one who even did anything really in the show.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
no one else.
Like the king kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But were you guys ready for the
Yeah.
baby to die?
I was 100% ready for the mum to die.
Yeah.
Even before he was given a choice.
during the show, you were like,
Yeah.
the mum's obviously going to die, and then this will be about like having to protect the baby from Damon.
Yeah.
But then the baby was dead. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. Of course, it's going to be Rhaenyra or whatever. And
Yeah.
versus Damon.
I
was like,
I
it was,
just-
to me, it was
I
like
just can't wait
100%
for
the
the
mum was
first-
going to die from the start.
I
Yeah.
just can't wait for the first big death.
The first what?
The first big death. Like, I can't wait for that.
They're obviously going to introduce more characters.
Yeah, they have to. But like, as soon as the pregnancy, like the birthing scene started, and it was clear it was like a difficult labor. It's like it should be obvious, like she's gonna die. Like, it's Game of Thrones. This is not an easy birth. Like, she will die, and the king's obviously gonna choose the baby. But then, in like true Game of Thrones fashion, like he makes that decision, and they both die anyway. But it makes sense, obviously, because you see like the niece and the uncle are like gonna fight over the throne.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Well, because there's obviously there'll have to be more than just those two coming in to obviously want the throne.
Yeah, well, you've got the auntie.
Yeah, the auntie will be a part of
so
it.
the king's sister. Oh no, is it she elder sister?
Yeah, she's the older sister of the king.
Yeah, that's right, because he's the oldest male.
Yeah.
born, yeah. And then she's got her husband. And
What's
they
her name?
obviously want
Yeah, I'm like,
The
I don't
throne.
remember anyone.
Princess Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, yeah. And then there was the black Targaryen guy. But they said that he was of House Valera or something. I don't know. Like, obviously a different Valerian house.
Yeah, he's Valerian.
It only looks like there's
I
two
think
Valerian
that guy-
houses so far. The Targaryens and Valoran, or whatever that guy was called.
Was the Hand of the King giving you just major,
Yeah, Tywin Lannister.
just
Yeah,
major
major
Tywin?
I thought
vibes?
I was like, oh, there's a Lannister. There's still a Lannister.
He
It's
looked
a
like
hand.
him. He
Yeah,
sounded
looked
like
like-
him.
yeah.
He moved like him. Like I was like, wait, how many years back are we? Like this is just
He
Tywin.
moved.
He moves like, I know.
He moved
What
like
is this?
him, bro. I'm telling you.
Achilles.
He even moved like him. I'm glad someone
Is this
picked
like
up
a-
on that.
As soon as you said that, that's what
Where your armor? He even moved like you.
I feel like you have to.
It was just a
Where-
Troy quote.
Yeah.
It was just a Troy quote. The most quotable movie of all time. Troy. Shout out.
Shout out to Brad Pitt.
Shout out to Brad Pitt. Most beautiful man of all time in that film. I have like a hopefulness for this show, but then something that I'm concerned about. The hopefulness is like they've obviously seen the reaction to the final 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, and I don't think they'll make those mistakes again. Similar to, let's go back to the Star Wars.
It's also going to be 10 episodes, not 7 or 6 episodes like the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. But then like going back to those Star Wars vibes, Star Wars messed up. Now they're righting their wrongs with good TV shows. I assume this Game of Thrones show is going to be better than any Star Wars show, but
It already is.
yeah, it already is. That's fair. But like the thing that's concerning is obviously the TV show, the original Game of Thrones, started going downhill when they didn't have the books anymore. And obviously this show, they're not like signed on for 6 seasons. Like it's a season by season thing. So for them, like, is there a direction?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
hope
like
so.
the Star Wars most recent trilogy where it's like J.J. Abrams writes the first movie or whatever and then says this is the plan for the other 2, and then they just have their own directors. Like the
Yeah.
new director comes in every movie and decides what he wants to do. Like there's no like they would have to have a plan of what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I saw Joe Rogan, he posted a photo and was like saying how much he loved the episode, and he's like, I hope this TV show goes for like 10 years or whatever.
It's gonna make them so much money. They'd be stupid not to keep making seasons
Yeah.
of it.
Maybe they could obviously do a different story. They wouldn't have to just do this.
Yeah.
Like they could wrap this up in 3
They could-
seasons and then do a different.
I feel
They
like
could-
they're not gonna do 8
They
seasons.
could go like old Valeria, like all the way back.
That would be cool.
Well, there's already
And-
talk of it.
and
Well,
see-
I
and-
thought if you were going to go like moving forward from the Game of Thrones series, like I thought the obvious choice was an Arya series, like with her adventures. But there's apparently talk of a Jon Snow series, like him back at the wall,
When he was on
Post Game of
when
But like,
Thrones.
what's
post
the-
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. When he goes north of the wall because he's
But like,
a
what's that even gonna?
true northern or whatever.
What's that even gonna include though? Because like all the White Walkers are dead and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think
Like what?
I would watch an
Sorry.
Arya. I would watch an Arya TV show.
I don't know if I'd enjoy an Arya TV show.
Big Arya fan over here.
I like Arya, but I just
Yeah, it'd just be her killing people.
it would just feel like a superhero TV show.
That's fair. It would feel that way.
Yeah. But if they went back to old Valeria, with like the whole Doom thing and
Old Larry would be
grayscale
cool,
and
but
all that type of stuff.
there's no like characters really to like tie over from Game of Thrones or House of
Yeah,
Dragon.
which is great. Like just an
That's what I mean. It'd
entirely
have to be
new
all
sort of
completely new.
world. Yeah, that's like the how did House Targaryen come to be type of thing.
I guess House of the Dragon is basically like it's all new characters. It's only just like names we've heard before in like Game of Thrones.
Well, there is a book
Yeah.
that ties in with this series, right? There's like a Game of Thrones lore book or something.
Well, there's a lot of lore to the
Yeah.
world. Like it's very fleshed
Yeah.
out.
I was listening to the Ringers podcast, and they were talking about how like there is certain characters that'll be in the show that like they know the years they die and stuff, which obviously like I'd prefer to not know those things. So
You can go on YouTube and there's
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
lots of people that cover all that stuff. Like the amount of lore
Yeah.
like is ridiculous.
yeah, so I think there is a book with the lore and like with the different characters that we're obviously going to see now, and you'll know that like they die at this time and things like that, but they don't have like how they die and things like
yeah.
of that nature. And they'll add more characters, and there'll be a lot of like twists
Yeah.
and turns. So we don't actually have a story. We just have this is when different people are meant to be born and die and things like that. So
I mean, yeah. Who do you guys think dies first?
that was going to be my next question. I don't think we've met enough characters yet.
Viserys the king, maybe.
Yeah, he's got to go.
He's going soon.
He's
Yeah,
going
he's
soon.
going
He
soon.
sucks. He's actually almost annoying.
What do you mean?
I don't like it.
Why? Like,
He's
I feel like he's
annoying.
just neutral.
I think he's annoying.
I feel like
He
he's
is
kind of
annoying.
meant
No,
to be
he's
like
annoying.
kind of.
He's annoying, eh?
Yeah, he's annoying.
I feel like
Yeah.
he's meant to be like a different kind of style king to what we've seen in the past, where he's kind of like not. He's super like power hungry, it seems, and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's an annoying.
He's also just a. I don't think he's that. I mean, I don't think
mean-
he's that annoying, but I mean, each their own.
literally the
How about-
whole time.
How
From
about
the when I saw his
how about
face
the hand
in the opening.
pimping out his
Sorry, Tim. Just real quick. When I saw his face in that opening scene, I was like, yeah, that guy's annoying.
What? Have you not seen him? He's in lots of movies.
No, I
He's
know.
a funny actor.
Yeah, I know. And he annoyed me from the start. And it didn't change. What were you saying, Tim?
You sound like
I
Tim
was
talking
gonna
about.
say,
Kratos.
how about old mate Hand of the King just pimping out his daughter to her
Oh,
best friend?
Put on one of your mother's dresses.
That is, oh my god.
That was something.
What was
else.
our
Did you
reaction
actually
to
see
that?
that coming?
Because we just for reference, us three
That's the
on the
part
couch
I
here,
like.
we all watched together. And when he was like pimping out his daughter, Drian was here as well. Drian's reaction was the funny one. I can't remember what he said.
I feel like as soon as she walked into that room, like it felt like, oh, he's gonna try and like pimp her out, like, and send her.
I thought
the
I
king.
thought he was gonna send her away for safety.
Oh,
I was
I got the vibes of like, go comfort the king now.
I was
he's
like,
alone.
I was like, there's gonna be some crazy things.
You're
that go down. You need to leave. That's
You're
what
a sick
I was.
puppy.
No, it's just Game of Thrones has conditioned me to think the worst, kind
You're
of
a
like.
sick puppy.
I actually didn't think that way because I'm with Jackson. Like I wasn't sure what he was gonna do, but it felt like they were trying to make it out that he was like obviously very like loving and like caring for his daughter and his son because like the prince, what's his name, the guy that we like, Tim?
This Damon.
Yeah, Damon, because like Damon like beat the shit out of like chose to joust
His son,
against
yeah.
his son, and then he went up and like got
He
like
got the reed of flowers
the-
off her.
of
Yeah.
her and like
Well, he lost. But yeah.
oh that's right, he did
He got the
lose.
flowers
Oh,
before.
and then they- and then
'cause,
they
like
got
she
in the
wishes
fight.
him well. Or whatever.
Yeah. And he lost to the son. Hey,
Yeah, and he submitted.
that's right.
He
Oh, I
yielded.
forgot about that. But yeah, but it felt like he was like kind of going out of his way
Oh, that
to
was
target this guy's children. So if for me, it was kind of like, oh, this guy must like care about his children. That's where I was sitting
well,
at the
to
time.
me. It's not like, I mean, like to like even in Game of Thrones, kind of like everyone cares about their children. The way I see it is, he doesn't.
Ned Stark isn't whoring out.
No,
sons
no,
or
no,
Arya.
no. I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
obviously, fathers going to care about their daughters and sons. Like,
Bro,
it's Game of Thrones. But I think he did that because he fucking hates him. Because whenever they have their king's meetings or whatever, council meetings, the whatever his name is, the high tower guy or whatever, like the hand of the king, always like power moves and talks shit about Daemon and to Daemon. So when he's like getting like the hand of the king daughters like wishing him well in the tournament, that's gonna like piss him off. I don't think it's like
and-
because oh you care about your daughter, it's this. It's like
That's fair.
like we fucking hate each other. Like everyone knows we hate each other. Like I'm gonna fuck your daughter. Like I feel like that's what it was.
yeah, that's fair enough.
you're
And I'm
You're-
gonna watch you while she gives
That's
me
all I
like
got
the
out of it.
flowers.
I actually just thought of the moment where I was like, we're back in Game of Thrones. First of all, it was a very cool scene when what's her name? Still learning all the
Rhaenyra?
names. Yeah, is that the main young, like the chick that's
Yeah.
like now the heir?
The princess.
Yeah, the princess.
One of the
When she
princesses.
walked into the throne room and then Damon was on the throne.
Yeah.
First of all, as soon as I saw him on the throne, I was like, yeah, I like this guy. And then he was like, that scene, I know nothing happened, but, and Drown thought so as well. we were both kind of like, there's some incest vibes here right
Oh,
now.
as soon as he
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. That was my moment of like, yeah, we're in Game of Thrones.
turn around, and he says like beautiful and like Valerian.
Yeah.
And they got to keep their bloodlines pure.
So,
Not many of them.
They're known for it, aren't they?
I was surely,
Yeah.
surely not though. Surely she doesn't sleep with her best friend's dad.
I don't think it happened.
No.
What's her best friend's uncle?
Hey?
He's talking about the high tower.
No, he's talking about the Hand of the King's daughter sleeping with the king, which is her. Which, by the way, the two younger girls, the
Oh.
princess and the daughter of the Hand of the King, there's some
Yeah, I was like, that's some sapphiccness happening.
there's some
in the garden
sapphiccness
right
happening there as well.
Like,
It's just
at
all
first I
right.
was like,
I don't
oh,
know. It's
definitely sapphic. But then I'm like,
There's
wait, are
been-
they just
Game of
friends? I'm like, no,
Thrones,
but this is
everyone-
There's currently sexual tension between Daemon and his niece, Daemon and the Hand of the King's daughter, the daughter and the niece, and then the niece and the king. Well, not really, but that was
the
more
niece
just
and
like
the king.
as in
The
oh sorry, the
The
daughter of
daughter
the Hand of the King and the king.
I think, yeah, I don't know if that was sexual tension. I think it's just kind of like
Yeah, that's not sexual tension.
it was her
That's just
job and
just
like
power moves.
power moves. Yeah,
playing the throne, Game of Thrones.
yeah.
power move. A little bit of Littlefinger this early.
Littlefinger, that's right.
Was there a better death than Littlefinger's death?
Oh,
can't remember
Littlefinger's
how he
dead.
died.
What was it? Was it Sansa?
What?
I can't remember.
Arya
They're in the
sliced his throat.
hall. Are they in the hall when she does that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in the hall. They're in the hall in Winterfell, and it's like set up like Sansa's gonna she's like Sansa's prosecuting. Who is it? Arya. I think it's set up like
Yeah,
Sansa's
yeah.
prosecuting Arya.
She's making it sound like
And then-
Littlefinger's
and then
gonna
it
get away
turns-
with it.
Yeah, and then it turns, and then it's basically Littlefinger, and then he gets sliced up.
That's right. Yeah.
I wonder.
Exactly that.
That was the most satisfying death in Game of Thrones for me.
I wonder how many episodes we have to go in before we see like a 10-year-old boy breastfeeding as well. That's very Game of Thrones.
That's
No,
right.
the most satisfying death.
The
Was,
veil.
the most
Veil.
satisfying death was Tywin.
Oh,
With the
Oh,
crossbow while he's on
really?
the shitter.
I was a bit sad when Tywin
Yeah,
died.
I
'cause
love
like
Tywin getting.
Um,
Tywin getting killed was so satisfying.
I liked Tywin. I was a bit sad when he died.
You liked Tywin Lannister?
I didn't hate Tywin.
I didn't hate Tyler.
You know, he did some shit, but you know,
Messed up.
he got stuff done at the same time.
For me, like whenever a protagonist in Game of Thrones died, I was like a little bit upset because I was like, I like
Oh wait,
to the show.
no, Joffrey. Joffrey is definitely number one.
Yeah, I was considering that, but
See, same thing. When Joffrey died, I was like, whenever Joffrey's on the screen, I know I am going to be like,
Are you serious?
no, I didn't like Joffrey. Like I hated him, but I enjoyed hating.
What?
That makes sense.
yeah, you love to
Yeah.
hate Joffrey.
Yeah. So
You're
when
like,
he
"Oh,
left,
get rid
I was
of
like,
Joffrey. I don't want to see him anymore. It's more just like he's a
yeah.
massive, but like,
Bruh.
like I feel like he
Don't
deserves that
use
word.
that
He
word.
deserves that word. You said more than I did.
I haven't used it. No, I'll beep that out. That's
Joff-
Nah. The two most satisfying deaths are definitely Joffrey and Ramsay. Like that's. You
Yeah,
can't
Ramsay
argue
Bolton
against
is
Joffrey and
pretty
Ramsay.
like.
That's what I
Probably
was gonna
that's-
say.
Ramsay getting eaten by his own dog.
Oh, yeah, that's
That was-
right. Yeah.
Satisfying. I
Yeah.
was like, get him. I was like, eat him.
See, because Ramsey came in after Joffrey, and I was like, oh, like I'm sorry for doubting you, Game of Thrones. I didn't realize something worse was coming.
My feeling when Ramsay was getting eaten by his dog was the same as at the end of Last of Us Part 1. Jackson.
Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah. And when you rescue Elle.
Oh, like the
Which-
final mission or whatever,
Oh, which
Yeah,
game?
the final mission.
when
the
they can
first-
like kill
oh,
her,
the first one.
but like they might be able to like save the world or find a cure.
Oh,
But he goes
yeah,
in, kills
yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
and then
You
tells
get to-
her
you get
Yeah,
to
that
kill-
they
you
couldn't,
get to kill the
that she
doctor.
wasn't going to help them.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's right. Tim was very excited when he was the play because we played that game together,
Oh,
and that was Tim's bit to play at the end because we didn't know how long we had left in the game, and Tim was very excited to be going around and freeing and stabbing too many people.
So do we all feel
yeah,
like
I killed
King-
those doctors.
do we feel like after we should do like betting odds, but after episode 1, season 1, we think the King's best odds of dying at some point?
Yeah, like I don't really see how like Rhaenyra and Daemon aren't dying anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like maybe like the princess, like the auntie, but like I don't know. I feel like it's just going to be the king, Viserys.
And I'm excited.
No, I think the auntie, the aunt,
See the name.
like she was in the flashback. She was in like the little at the very beginning. She like they kind of pointed her out there.
Yeah, she definitely
I don't
wants
think,
I can imagine the auntie's
kids.
husband.
I think the Hightower daughter, she might die
Oh, that's a good shout.
because she's like important to the Hightower guy. I reckon they're like to the hit, like the dad. So I think there will be something.
Wait, the Hightower daughter, as in the hand of the king's daughter.
Yeah,
That's a good
His
shout.
name's like Ottawa Hightower, whatever, the hand of the king.
yeah,
Yeah. Because then also like the heir of the king now, Rhaenyra,
Who's
like
her
she'll be
girlfriend.
upset and like
yeah. There'll be a lot of drama
Yeah.
caused
Well,
from.
actually, let's think about it because like original Game of Thrones season 1, you don't really see a big death
Kill Ned.
until Ned Stark, right?
Yeah,
well
And
the
he's the
king
he's
died,
the only-
Baratheon.
Robert.
Robert Baratheon.
Yeah, he does die, but like that's not like
He's not Ned Stark.
it's not like someone killed him.
It's like if the Viserys, this king died
Dude, when I
in
was
a couple episodes. That's not like a
yeah,
huge death.
but when I was rewatching Game of Thrones last year, like if you didn't know that Game of Thrones was just gonna kill people off, when Robert Baratheon dies, you're like, oh, like Robert Baratheon's dead.
Yeah, no, but the Ned Stark death was
Yeah.
big. Like he's the good guy, he's the main character, and I think he's dead. So they only really killed like one. Like they only really had one big death in the first season. So it's not like they just go around snapping people off.
Oh, I think it'll be the
Um,
king.
But yeah, I think the king,
He's not that like.
the king of the hand.
Yeah, I don't think too many people will be attached to the king. So I think his death won't like shock everyone.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Like the king,
Different
the
Max,
king
apparently
dies.
Max likes
And
I don't love him. I just don't think he's that annoying.
then,
He just seems like a kind of like an
The king
actually
dies and
somewhat
then his
normal
daughter-
guy.
What were you saying, Tim?
the king dies. The king dies, and then his daughter probably like the daughter and Daemon have some. weird
And the
thing
auntie will all
on-
fight over the throne.
I don't think the daughter really cares. Oh no, she
No,
does.
She was
actually, yeah,
pissed
she
off
did.
when
Yeah, because she's
when
like, I'm.
Viserys was in the opening scene in how and
No, yeah, 'cause she
was
was-
pissed off.
Yeah, and she's always annoyed. She's like, "Oh, I was never a son or whatever."
Yeah, and her husband wants her to have the throne as well because I can't remember, but like
Yeah,
in one
no,
part of the
that's
episode,
right.
they're asking like who would have
Yeah.
a claim, and he's like, well, like she would have a claim. I feel like their kids,
know.
one of their
Someone-
kids, is gonna die, or both their kids are gonna die.
Yeah.
The two little like Valeri or whatever they're called,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the brown kids.
potentially.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna die, and there's gonna be some incest, and that's two things you can be sure of.
I don't think anyone will die for 3 episodes.
What, like anyone big?
Anyone big? No one big. will
Someone's
die for
dying every
3.
episode.
No,
Like, I don't mean character. I just mean.
I reckon. Oh yeah, no, I mean like main character that we've seen so far. Out of all the characters we've seen,
Yeah,
no one's
fair.
3 episodes. No one's.
I feel like
Killing the queen was bigger than any death. There was no deaths in episode 1 of Game of Thrones. Obviously, Bran got pushed out the window,
no, yeah.
but there was no like death.
I have a prediction. I think
Bruh,
the first,
you didn't know. You didn't know Bran was gonna survive.
No, you
That was
didn't
a
know.
pretty
No,
big
I understand that, but we didn't. visibly see him die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that was fucked up.
No one
My
cared.
head, my
The
head
first
when I was
episode you ever
watching it,
watched?
when I was watching it, I thought he was dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was a
Like-
huge deal.
I don't think
I think episode 6, first major death.
I think the Queen dying is shocking because of the way it happened, not because of people caring about her character, because it's so early.
Yeah.
Like, no one's attached to her.
And whether she died that way, like I think if she
Yeah.
died just during childbirth,
You'd be like, yeah.
you'd be like, oh well, I don't really know.
No one cares because she's only in it for like one episode.
Yeah. And she's just
And
there.
she's not even in it that much.
Yeah.
I think the first big death, the cause of death will be they'll get eaten by a dragon or something like that. Because now there's like people have dragons. There's like 10. They
That's
said
true.
there's 10 dragons now in the
Yes.
Targaryen house.
There's 10 dragons.
Like Damon's
lot.
like maybe Damon's dragon just eats the king or some shit.
How
like
many
that.
dragons have we seen? We've seen 3, have we?
I think we've seen 2. We've seen Damon and Rhaenyra. I don't know.
We didn't see the kings.
No. I don't even know if the king has one. I assume he does, but we haven't. You see,
Right. If you're the king, you have a
no, I
dragon.
assume, but like Rhaenyra, you see Rhaenyra riding hers, and at the very end of the episode, you see Damon ride off on his like
Yeah,
black. You know,
yeah.
he's gonna have like a black and red one, like that looks like
His
a lot.
was
His
pretty
was
cool.
evil.
Oh,
Yeah.
you think Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra.
However you say it. You think the princess killed Damon's girl?
Wait, say
Oh,
that
The
again.
daughter, the Hightower daughter.
No,
Do you
no,
think-
no, no.
do you think the
that's
princess-
Damon's-
Oh, the
No,
prostitute.
the princess.
No, the prince, the Damon has
Yeah.
a wife.
Oh, that's right. He's returning
Oh,
to
that's
her. He got sent to her, yeah, but he doesn't like her at all or whatever.
No, she was there. She got on the dragon with him.
No, that was his,
That was
his prostitute.
That's his prostitute.
That's-
That's
Oh,
not
okay.
his.
that's
That's
his
not his
Sorry,
wife.
yeah, okay. No, that's right.
Yeah, he's been sent away to return to her
Yeah.
because he doesn't like her at all. And obviously he
I don't
just
think-
had
I
his
think-
mistress with him. He doesn't give a shit. Like,
What were you saying, Tim?
I was like, do you think the princess just like slays whoever his wife is?
Princess what?
No, I don't know about that.
Kills like Damon's wife.
I mean,
They
The,
did-
the
did it-
prostitute might.
probably. I feel like Damon's wife is gonna die. Maybe once we meet her, get a better idea. But I feel like she's a character that could be killed off easily. Like, but
Yeah.
maybe like she'll be a kind of a more like an interesting character when we finally get to meet her and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
10 weeks though, like this is good to have like a weekly show again.
I'm thrilled.
You can't just binge.
Only 2 more sleeps to the next one.
That's right.
Do we have anything else we want to talk
When-
about? I got
when's,
one
like,
last little
Stranger-
segment.
I was gonna say when Stranger Things comes back. What? 6 months? 12 months?
I haven't finished.
Isn't it the
last
it's the
season.
final season of Stranger Things as well? Isn't it the next
What?
one? I thought it was the final season.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like it
Peaky
could be.
You haven't
Blinders. This
finished?
was the final season.
Yeah, I haven't finished the final
Yeah,
season.
I finished.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we.
We're
battery is
low on
low.
battery for the laptop. How long does that mean we have?
Probably, I don't know.
5 minutes, few
10
minutes.
minutes.
All right, we're gonna race through this. We got one more little things. We got rankings. So what rankings is each time we do this podcast, there'll be a themed ranking. So the theme for this ranking is who would be out of the other 3 people in the group, you got to rank everyone. We'll have to do it a bit quicker than I guess what we wanted to, but you got to rank everyone in terms of how they would go in Game of Thrones,
Oh,
but also give
I already
them
know number one.
also give them
You already know
I have a
number
number
one?
one as well, but also put them into a house
into a house.
or a
Okay.
race from Game of Thrones or something like that.
into a
There's
house.
only like, yeah, okay. It's
Oh.
not really that many races. Most of them are humans.
That's fair.
It's
Who would
the
like
weird kids from the tree kids or whatever? I guess.
who would like to start?
Well, I'll start with
Okay.
my number one. I feel like it's
No, you do your list.
Well, Jackson's my number one, 100%. Because Jackson, I feel like out of all of us, will do whatever. Like he would be the one that will do whatever it takes
Mm.
to like get the job done, or like get that coin, get that power, make a move for the Iron Throne.
You got to climb the ladder of chaos.
Like I didn't even have to think about that.
I think
Jackson's number one.
I think Jackson would be good at maneuvering his way to the throne. By the way, Jackson's my number one as well.
He'd be the most cutthroat, I think, as well.
Cutthroat, maneuvering, but he can be cutthroat. But then I also feel like the majority of people will like him.
He'll make people think he's their friend.
Oh,
And then
He
he'll-
could get Littlefingered in the end. Just
He is Littlefinger.
Hey, wow, that's disrespectful. I think
Definitely Jackson.
Tim.
I don't think
What's the
us
He is
three
Littlefinger.
are cutthroat, versus compared to Jackson.
Oh,
Tim-
well, actually, wait. Jackson's Littlefinger of Barris.
He's got his birds,
Is that
the
what
spider.
His little spies.
it is? I think I would be a
Trying to say
Lannister. I would
Jackson
want to
doesn't
be a
have balls?
Lannister if anything.
Oh yeah, Jackson would be a Lannister, by the way as well. If I had to pick a house,
I'd-
Oh,
I'd
no, I think Jackson's from Dawn.
you think he's like a viper? He's a sand snake.
Yeah, I think he's from Dawn. He's from Dawn. He's like a little bit extra, a little bit fun.
Sleeps with dudes, sleeps with everyone.
Look,
the brothels.
you say what you want to say, but I just think he's from Dawn. I think he's number
Just 'cause
one.
He's brown.
Out of you three, I think it goes Jackson, Tim, then you, respectfully.
Well, yeah,
Tim is a Lannister.
Oh, but wait, but what if you put what?
Tim.
What?
He put
You say I'm a
Jackson.
Lannister?
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
through your arguments and I'll say mine. Go.
So I think Jackson will play the game well. I think he's from Dawn. That's how I imagine him. And I think he would be the best at playing the game, and he will be extremely proactive in rising through the ranks.
I know what I got to do.
Yeah, exactly. Tim, I think just tell me
Is
Tim's,
Tim
Tim's a Lannister.
Is
bro.
Tim just Tyrion that just
No, I have it. In
Lannister,
born
just
with a-
born into
born
money?
with a silver
No,
spoon?
Tim is Tim's a Tyrell.
Oh,
He's there with Marjorie.
He's the what is it the
He-
flower knight or
but-
whatever they
yeah,
call that guy
no, because he wouldn't want to fight. Because
that sleeps with Robert Baratheon's brother.
He wouldn't want to fight, but he also comes from a high class.
He's a pretty.
family.
He's like a pretty boy.
sorry. Can I?
Doesn't drink tap water.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't drink tap water.
If he was a
He's-
knight,
if he's not fighting anyone. The armor's just for show. He's not fighting.
Can I push against this a little bit?
What?
I'd like to push against this a little bit. Stop, Tim. I don't think he's a Tyrell. They're kinder people.
Not Marjorie.
No, I think they are. I think Tim's a Lannister. I think.
Marjorie's not.
Tell me, Tim doesn't give off.
See, when people first meet Tim, he's not that bad. But Lannisters, as soon as you meet them, you're like, oh.
Tell me, Tim doesn't give off Jamie Lannister vibes.
Nah, I don't get Jamie Lannister vibes from him.
Really?
I agree with the Tyrell one. Actually, now that I think about
I
it,
think he's a Tyrell. He's a Marjorie.
he's from High Garden.
Max,
He's from High Garden. He's walking in
probably-
the garden every day telling us that life is hard.
we're probably going to have to wrap this up because I'm getting concerned about the battery life. But Max, do you feel like you want to defend yourself in terms of?
I want to put Max.
I think
in the
I
house.
could play the game, but I don't think I will
Max is
stab
too,
my siblings in
Max
the
is
back
too
and,
nice. I think Max
yeah.
would be a Stark.
I think I'd be too nice
But
to
He's a start.
He's
Like-
too tall, but he would probably be a Stark. Well, the Starks aren't I don't know.
I don't know if
Ah,
Max
I'm
is
the-
a
I'm the
star.
hand-
Nah, you're not Stark.
I'll be
No. He's not. He's not a star.
No, probably a
Well, I
Baratheon.
mean, look at him.
What's
White,
Sam's
blonde,
house?
blue eyes.
A Tully.
Tully.
Yeah, maybe you're a Tully.
No, but Sam's dad
Their-
and
their
brother are
family is very
douchebags.
Their family's different to what
Sam's
That's why he's
dad
not
and his
there.
brother. Yeah, Sam's
Oh,
dad and his
that's
brother
true.
disown him.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
get
that's
burnt
right.
alive.
Well, no, the brother's nice. It's just the dad, isn't it?
No, the brothers was a douchebag. I thought.
Are we sure?
Nah,
The brother
actually,
got-
yeah.
Hang on.
Baratheon.
Yeah.
I think you might. I don't know if there's.
No, you would.
would.
You're definitely. I mean, look at you. You're straight up just House Lannister,
House
but
what?
not like a main Lannister. You're Lannister, but not a main.
Wait, why am I
You're like-
Lannister?
No,
you
you're not
look like a Lannister.
You just said I'm Lannister because I'm blonde.
No, that's just from looks.
What is this like Ned Stark going through like
Yeah, that's what I
the
mean.
annals, the history books, like gold
No.
hair, like hair of gold, like.
Like you're like
Are any
like
of the
a Tommen,
Lannisters
like-
nice?
Yeah, Tommen. Tommen was nice.
I think you're a
Tommen when he
bracket.
fucking jumps out the window.
He was nice.
He might be the only nice Lannister. Jamie has his nice
Cersei.
moments.
Cersei's nice.
That's fucked. Cersei fucked her brother and like her cousin. That's fucked up.
Okay, so let's go in a circle.
What about
So-
Isaac?
Isaac's a Stark.
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear.
I have to think about this.
You have to think about it.
I haven't thought about it because you were immediately like cutthroat.
See,
Tim-
here's the thing. Like for me, when I was thinking about this, I was like, Jackson's obviously from Dawn. Tim's obviously a Lannister. I'm obviously a Stark. I wasn't sure on you. And
Baratheon.
I'm kind of shook that you guys don't think he's a Lannister for one.
Nah, I don't
I'm
think
No,
so.
sure.
but he doesn't give me the Lannister.
He's
vibes
no Lannister
straight
He
up.
gives me straight Jamie Lannister vibes.
Nah, he's from
He
from
would
High
do
Garden.
fucked up shit like Jamie, to be fair.
No, there's some compliments in here for you, Tim. Like, don't take this don't take this the wrong way. Jamie Lannister, born into money, kind of privileged. Wait. No, wait, stop.
not.
Don't
I'm
argue.
not.
Stop arguing. Born into money, privilege, all these sorts of things. Quite arrogant.
Never had like a shitty job, just like go straight
Never
into,
had a
like,
shit job
being
in
the
his
King's
life.
Guard or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
just straight into the
whatever.
King's Guard. Like never. Oh no, actually he did have a shitty job. Remember, he had to be a squire. So even Jamie Lannister.
No, but they
had
all
to-
have to be squires.
Yeah,
To be a
but
knight,
like
you have to be a
somehow
squire
Tim
and
didn't
stuff.
have to be a squire. But in Tim's fairness, like still athletic, physically skilled.
Nah, I don't see it. You're focusing too much.
I could see. Go on, Jackson. Sorry.
No, yeah, I think that Lannisters learned a lot from their parents. Like, obviously, their business.
You
They're
don't
like,
think Raj gives off some
no, they're
Tywin?
nah, like business. They're like, I think that they're more because like they own the gold mines. They're like business people. They run the numbers and stuff. I think that Tim is too relaxed for that. He's not a
What's Marjorie's brother's name?
Tim Henry.
He's like
Actually, Marjorie's brother and Tim are quite similar.
That's
Yeah,
what Jackson and I
that's
was
what I
saying.
said.
I missed
Wasn't it-
that.
wasn't it
That when I was
Ren-
getting the charger?
Because he's like in the
Sorry,
first couple of seasons,
bad.
he's
Wasn't
in
it
his
Renly?
armor and he's like the Rose Knight or some shit he's called, like something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Rose Knight.
Actually, no, you
Yeah.
guys have sold me.
Yeah,
he is.
yeah.
He is.
From High Guard.
yeah,
Yeah, you are from High
which is,
Garden,
like
Tim.
they're like a rich people. Like they have nice
like,
things.
You know, he's got his
bougie.
like his sisters like maybe giving Marjorie vibes. I don't know, like up high
Mm.
society. Like,
Which sister's most like Marjorie?
oh, it has to be Deborah, right?
Max. Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about Isaac? though?
I think he's probably a Stark.
What are the houses?
This is where we're going? Huh? Huh? This is what we want to do? This is where we want to take it?
No, we're good. We're good. So where are we?
You're
at?
telling me that
I
your
can-
one of your sisters isn't high class?
No, they're all just
Her wedding
I would say
was in
that.
a magazine for the wealth and opulence.
Just for anyone
She's
listening,
actually a celebrity in Malaysia.
yeah, just for anyone listening, Tim's actually related to a celebrity. His sister was 2-time Miss Malaysia, was robbed of Miss Universe, and is now a celebrity. She has her own TV show. Things like
Also, you know, in Game of Thrones, like with Marjorie and probably a lot of the women, they're philanthropists like her, but
Yeah.
also born into wealth, but seeking to get wealthier. I'm just saying, your sister was wealthy, but she married into some more wealth. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just saying that's what happens with those people in Game of Thrones. That's
What?
what. Did she not
Hey,
marry into
can I
like
go?
a lot of
Is it
wealth?
can I go?
Yeah, sure.
Can I go my ratings now?
Yeah, great. Yeah, we have time now.
Wait, so we're not doing ourselves, right?
No, so you just rank the other three.
You can rank yourself. Go ahead.
Because I'd be one, obviously. Since we're not doing ourselves. Jackson, Isaac, Matt.
Yeah, what houses are we from?
Jackson, Dawn.
Dawn.
Yeah, see,
Jackson's
Dawn, I
Dawn.
agree.
I think Dawn, like,
Jackson's Dawn, Isaac's like I'd say Isaac's either Stark or Baratheon.
Yes,
Stannis.
And Max is like I maintain Max is like he's like a fourth cousin Lannister type of person. Someone just like he's just like he's just weak. Like anyone could kill him. He'll get
Wow.
folded.
He get folded.
That's rude.
Someone would just straight up fold him.
yeah.
I just think Max would be the first to die. Is what I'm trying to say. If we were back in that world, Max is dying straight up.
You guys would be creating more enemies.
Me?
No, Tim specifically, I feel like out of all of us would create the most enemies.
If we,
I'm not gonna have a target on my back. You're gonna have a target on your back.
Here's my thing: is like, I understand why you picked him more than me in terms of like who would get a higher ranking, because I don't think I would be necessarily. I don't know if my vision would be the throne. Whereas I imagine you and Tim's vision would be more so towards the throne. Maybe it would. I don't know.
I'll go for the hand. I don't know.
You'd make a good hand.
I don't know if I'd want to be on the throne. I'd go for advisor.
It's probably better to be the hand.
I don't know if I want to be on the throne, but I want to be in the throne room. Like,
yeah,
I want to be at the
maybe not even
table.
be the hand, but be in the throne room.
Yeah,
Look, after
'cause then you
sitting
get,
in
like,
a business,
then all the-
after sitting in a business meeting this week, I think I'm capable.
Oh my goodness!
No, I like Jackson's question before for Tim. Tim, what house do you think you're in?
Like, are we going when we're talking about houses? Like, we're not going looks, right?
No, we're not going looks. There's nothing. There's nothing
No,
Lannister
just
about
personality.
your looks, mate.
Well, that's what I was saying, because
He's got a
like,
beard.
look-wise, I think I would be Dawn, but
Tim does have
not
some Dornish
look-wise.
traits.
No, Tim looks like Oberyn.
Yeah, no, but even just like personality-wise, he has some Dornish traits.
Yeah, he could be from Dawn. Tim and I could be distant cousins.
You actually could be from Dawn.
Maybe Tim.
Like very like.
because I was gonna say Dawn. It was my first thing to say.
Is that
That
purely
came to my
based off
head.
looks?
I was just like, because Dawn just felt like the most like chill.
Yeah, there's that, and they're also like the most sexually experimental.
Lavish.
Yeah. Like they're just into like they're just like into whatever.
I'm definitely not Lannister. That's fucked up.
You give off
You're-
major
yeah.
Jamie.
I don't think you're a Lannister, Tim. If that makes you feel any better.
No,
Thank you.
if it makes you feel better, I've been convinced that you are a Tyrell.
I don't want to be a Tyrell.
You don't
might-
get to choose. You don't choose which house you're born into.
No, I don't think I'm a Tyrell.
You're born and this is who you are. Like some of us are born
You
into
would
House
rather be a-
Tyrells.
Actually, Max is from the Vale. That's the Wesley of going. So he's from the Vale.
You call your mum mummy, bro. I haven't lived with my mum for like what 9 years. You call your mum mummy. You know who calls their mum mummy? That little prince from the Vale that sucks on her titty. I heard you call your mum mummy like 2 months ago. In front of me, you said it.
I think this is a great place to wrap it up. I would say
Oh.
consensus is Jackson 1, Tim and I 2A, 2B. Max is a distant like 12th.
Not based on ability to play the game. Based on, I'd be a Stark doing the right thing, and I might end up.
No Stark ever did the right thing. They did the dumb thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But end up
They did, yeah.
getting yourself
They did
killed.
the wrong thing.
No,
it's
but
actually a compliment to you. Like
no,
you're a
but
nice
but
guy.
what it sounds to other people that don't know us is like that I might have an inability to play the game. Like I feel like I'd be a star that tries to do the right thing, and then I'd pay with my life. Maybe.
Yeah,
Or-
if you were in Westeros, you're not someone that's like
You're not doing anything wrong.
pushing
Yeah.
for the throne, or even
Yeah.
I'm just like living up north,
you're probably
staying
like
humble,
yeah.
maybe get slaughtered by like, I don't know.
Right.
Or
No,
just
he's,
like no one. I survive because I don't piss anyone off.
But we're gonna leave it
say
at
it
that
after.
because we're gonna go around in circles with this. But this was the first episode of We Used to Be Friends, and I don't know, I had fun. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, I did.
I had a lot of fun. I know we definitely have one listener. I know Liam Emery's going to be tapping in. He told me. He said he's excited to hear
And then I'll
this.
leave halfway through.
He'll probably leave halfway through to go game or something like that, but he'll come back. But no, this has been fun. Let's do it again sometime.